Alright, welcome to turn number 49, everyone. A couple of things, well, not much is happening, once again. Uh, but at the same time, there were a couple of things happening that we could inspect. So, I managed to take out the last fortress of Imacetus. Downside is, that was not their last fortress. I was like, wait, what? Why is Imacetus not eliminated from the game yet? And so I kind of buzzed around and this. What the heck? They still have two more provinces, and basically Zabalba and Miklin have not jumped on them yet. So I guess we're just gonna have to deal with Imacetus Dominion for quite a bit of quite a bit longer. I mean, we still have to deal with uh, LA Status as well, but still, that's uh, a little dissatisfying. And I finally got clarification. The thing is, I haven't been really looking at the team compositions and whatnot, and that's my fault. Vadheim is being attacked by Nick because they are part of the late age Marignon team. So yeah, we don't have. So we're just going in on them now. And I can't really. Actually, yeah, I could send my dudes to kind of start attacking them if I felt like it. But I want to reinforce this line instead for the inevitable war that will most likely occur with Team Nabah, Yomi, and Abysia. Over here, I ritual jumped all my giants last turn, and they managed to take out the Throne province, and really, there's no issues whatsoever. The only thing that they sent out at us were Springhawks and I think a couple air elementals. Just they couldn't even really tickle my giants. Actually, this one took some damage, but this is also the cursed one. So they all jumped on her, and she has only shock res 10. I don't think she. Let me see. Yeah, her spells were completely interrupted. So she was not able to buff. Interesting. They also have Icarids on them. So, and essentially, we can just see our entire team, like with this squad of giants, just going ham on everything, and they get wiped out. We even take out the Zeus, which is awesome. So this drone is ours now. I'm not sure if we're claiming it. They want me to claim it yet. I'm definitely building a palisades right on top of it now. So this drone gives +1 order productivity, but +1 misfortune. I'll check in on with them if they want, when they want me to claim it. I think I just need to send my FloridaMen over. FloridaMen at the moment, he is summoning some Revenants along with one of my other Revenants I summoned. And this is just so I can start finally have some Death Mages to start casting Dark Knowledge, because I legit just don't have any way to site search Death Provinces that well at the moment, other than having FloridaMen manually site search. So hopefully that will give me a nice boost to my Def Gem income. Air Gen income is also something that I need boosted, but I'm having a goal of my mages cast Auspex now. And for the most part, I'm just kind of like rearranging a good chunk of my military to get ready to reinforce this line. A good chunk are just kind of staying here for now. the military that took over Imix's capital, they are gonna try to patrol out this disease demon, and kind of, essentially, the next thing is we're trying to push our dominion, into like just push out all this Ctisian disease dominion. And then my heretics, I'm sending them into more of these like Ctisian provinces. Let's see. And back to the messages. Didn't get anything super interesting for the magic sites this time. I think this one was somewhat interesting. Okay, just only increase some magic. So this one I got quite a lot of things on this province, but then got attacked by rabid dogs, so I lost it. I'm gonna be taking it back as soon as I can. So here, we can kind of start reading into what other nations are carrying, since we have, we can see what Ulm is bringing to their battlefield. So they're fighting demon knights with their own demon knights, so we got these black riders. And they are running a flat astral communions, I think. And they're enslaving. Okay, interesting. Let me turn on the team colored squares. Did they manage to get these guys? I think they got one. Okay. Okay, they're getting a good chunk of them. And just checking these guys out. So these are vampire knights, I believe. Yeah, a black knight that has succumbed to vampirism during the malediction. And essentially they are rivals to Ignite's Wraith riders, essentially. But I think they can mass produce these. They have that regeneration factor. They're invulnerable, but they are weak to fire. So if we when we deal with them, that's going to be probably the way we deal try to fight them off. But another thing is they're also undead, so we can use undead targeting spells to hit these guys. And also interesting, they don't have any protection. Honestly, LAOM is a nation I really want to play. I kind of just dig it. So, essentially, they managed to convert 9 Demon Knights. That's a nice haul. And over here, yeah, we just see their Black Riders kind of trampling down everything. Nick Knight is just kind of raiding here. This right here is interesting, since we can see what Yomi's strategy is to a great extent. And surprise, surprise, they are combatant Dione. And yeah, they got very basic equipment. Mace of Eruption for some reason. I haven't really used this weapon actually. I'm not too sure if it's good or not. I mean, it is an AoE 1 weapon, so I guess it works. It's like a firebrand in that regard. And yeah, this guy with the auto will-o-wisp spell is just gonna be a pain to deal with when he does fight us. Hammer the Mountain. So yeah, just some like a decent spread of units. Greatsword's Sharpness, I'm not sure I'd go with that, but I guess uh, there, there's nothing wrong with it, but maybe I'd pick something different. I think it's like, I think it's an early weapon, so. But okay, most importantly, however, we can see the god of Yomi culturally insensitive jokes. So it's a rainbow mage, which is really good for Yomi. Now, what's really bad is this right here, Astral 1. So if he ends up going to war with anyone, and we know, and someone learns that this god is in like the army, and they have astral access, you know, this guy will be dealt with relatively quickly. But nothing, he has no protection at the moment, and he has really low HP. He hasn't been transformed. He hasn't been twice born, and so on and so forth. So he's very vulnerable at the moment. Uh, and let's go ahead and see what they all do. So we got the blessings going off. They got iron skins. There's air shield. We got a flight going off. So really quick buffs, and then they just go in. Skeletal body. This guy is using. Let's see, what spells is their god using? He's taking fatigue damage from just like everything being around him. But the spells he casts is Gift of Flight. Oh, interesting. And Host of Skeleton. So I guess, you know, just they wanted to keep it super simple. And yeah, we see everything kind of just goes in the back here. I think this is I know one of their generals dies. I'm assuming it's gonna be this guy because he goes in like immediately without backup. And then he's casting Falling Frost, so we do know that they have about Evocation 6 now. And now he's just spamming skeletons. So yeah, not much else to really think about the Yomi side. They're doing like, it's unfortunately it's pretty predictable at the moment. You know, you're running with undead, you're running with demons, you have thug units. So if this was to fight an army, you know, the way you want to just deal with them is bring really hard hitting anti-demon equipment essentially. Obviously, the fact that you have about 5 or 6 of these thugs makes it a lot more difficult. But, you know, to really mess them up, you can do something that will just end up messing up this commander here. He, as I said, he has low HP, low armor. He's not even fully buffing himself. He's only casting really basic spells. Like a couple of, if you end up like just casting 20 Seeking Arrows, he'll most likely die, or you just go in with a magic duel. And then, let's see, with all these guys, they are currently weak to lightning. Yeah, they're all casting Iron Skin, they don't have any lightning protection. So air magic can really mess them up. They don't have any cold resistance either, so if you have Falling Frost, that will deal with them. And let's see. Barbarian died, we don't care about them. Deer Tribe Shaman died. He got hit by Flame Bursts? Oh wait, but that's independent. Okay, never mind, never mind. I thought that was Yomi unit. Okay, so how did this guy die? Air shield, flight, and then he went into attack. He's attacking with a fist for some reason. Hold on, why is he attacking with a fist? And he's attacking... Is it because he's a spirit here? No, he's not a spirit. Because I think it says only spirit. So sword, yeah. So Ray the only Shogo. I'm or Raisin the only Shogo. I'm really curious what happened to why he started using his fists. I'm gonna scroll back up as well, just to see why, like if he dropped his weapon or something. Let me see. Attack with fist. Let me quit the battle replay and just replay it. Is that and I'm also just curious if that's just, you know, this was just a kind of dead mage that he wanted to get rid of. He's casting Air Shield first. The heck? It was Raisin, right? Flight. Flies in. Lands. Katana hit. Ooh, you know, actually, yeah, I wonder if that attack right there just... It cut off his arm, that's what happened. Okay. Soulless Warrior hit the Oni Shogo in the arm with his spear for 18 points of damage. And yeah, he just ended up losing the arm. He rolled really high on damage. That's 15 base damage plus 25. So the dice exploded. I'm not too sure about the full damage calculation, but I just know that they have like exploding dice. So if the dice roll max damage, you roll again. And I'm curious if this is how it managed to get at 25, but I don't know the full calculation on it. And yeah, okay, that's what happened. He's air and death. No, I think there would have been much better ways to use this guy, rather than just kind of sending him in the back like that. I guess he did act as a good distraction though. But then again, you have auto summon will-o-wisps. Yeah, I just don't really know. And over here, dude, we're just like chipping away at this like at this throne. Remember it had about maybe 400 or 500 plus units. But MZ2 has just been sitting in so many of these battle saints just to trying to grind EXP levels, and yeah, all these units are just slowly dying off. And I'm just curious what this white mage is from Valheim. So Valheim has independent Crystal Tribe Pegasus Riders, and right over here, okay, this is their disciple god, Briar, and it's just a rainbow god. I'm assuming it was a Titan chassis that turned into a twice-born mage, and yeah, it has a pretty good HP pool, and not much else to say about that. Valheim is meant to be a giant nation, so perhaps this is actually. I've never played a giant nation before, like Jotunheim or anything. So I don't know. This guy could have been like just their archmage type of dude. And he's not really casting anything special. And really, that's about it for this turn. Yeah, nothing else really happening. We are going to be pushing our Dominion. I mean, that's the main strategy we want to employ at the moment. We want to push our Dominion like as much as possible. And this is a Throne of Life. That's good to know. It's the ways off though. We also have a throne around here. I just got distracted for a bit, but um, we're pushing our Dominion out because we really want to get rid of this disease Dominion. And honestly, we might just get rid of Statis that way, but you know, it would have been a lot better if we just got it through a total team kill. At least in my opinion. I definitely need to get my minion pushing out here. I do not want. I mean, I'm getting growth scales off of it, which is kind of nice. Ooh, there's death scales here for some reason, so I should probably death search here. But yeah, basically, I want to push away this Abysian Dominion before they cast spells that will just like start all attacking us, kind of like what Ragnarok's doing with Vanheim. And that's also exactly what is trying to do, since is constantly getting attacked by the Vanheim Marignon Dominion. And yeah, we just want to like, you know, kind of push our Dominion out. And when you're Dominion, your religion is like going out like and covering like the map, your troops get morale boost, and then our god units will be forever blessed in those lands of Dominion as well. So yeah, that's the basic plan, like in a nutshell, that we're doing at the moment. Anyways, that's it for this turn. You know, nothing too spectacular here. And I'll see you guys for turn number 50. Alright, hey everyone. We are now on turn number 50. And I gotta say, something a little rude happened. Anyways, right now it's April 9th, my birthday actually. And after I record this, I'm gonna go get some drinks. Anywho, so in terms of site searching, honestly, yeah, I'm just gonna skip through this. So I went from getting 9 air gems a turn to getting 20 air gems a turn. And plus my astral pearls have been kind of skyrocketing as well. And as it turns out, right over here, one of the causes of unrest is the whirlwind of Cyclone, which is giving me 4 air gems per turn right now. I also have various just other air provinces that kind of popped up. Like right here, we have the Canyon of the Wind, the Enchanted Windmill, so that's plus 7 already. And right here, I got the Thunder Oak, that's, you know, plus 8. Another Canyon of the Wind, that's, you know, plus 2. And just other areas in general. I managed to get, like, some good air provinces. And then, like, right here, a volcano erupted, so now I'm getting plus 3 air gems from here, or fire gems from here. pretty awesome. Looking at the score graph, my gen income is right there compared to the rest of the rest of everyone. Like, in terms of someone who's still alive, let's just compare this to the Ba. Yeah, I'm making about double the amount of air gems compared to the Ba, compared to, let's see, what's his, Yomi? Yeah, about 3 times as much as Yomi's. So, woo! And now, in terms of for battle reports, the really weird thing that happened is going to be right here. Naba teleported in one of their thug units into a throne that does not border one of their provinces and took that throne from us. I think it's in response to me cloud trapezing my giants to this throne, but the thing is I actually bordered that. So them jumping in the middle of our team to snag that, yeah, that's causing some political tension at the moment. In response, I'm currently rushing. For one, I'm gonna rush FloridaMen to this province, so we can claim it. And actually, that said, I should probably also move some. I'm gonna move this guy over. And these units are on standby for a moment. I have this giant moving to take over this province here, and essentially this. I feel like Abysian just doesn't care about this province anymore. So I'm just gonna go snag it. This province I'm cloud trapezing one of my giants on top of to reclaim it. Apparently a troll just decided to troll me. It's gonna be casting hordes of skeletons, so I'm sending in my giant that has good AoE capabilities. Shit, we'll say annoying. And then right here I got attacked by werewolves, but my giants are literally right there to respond, and I'm sending in oops, forgot to actually tell them to cast stuff. No, what the heck? Did I forget to? There we go, 3. So let me fix that real quick. And yeah, I'm just gonna send them in to take these from the werewolves. So let's go ahead and see what happened here, and kind of study the thug unit that Nabah sent around. So it's only the Malika, which is, mages Nabah can get on a regular basis. They're equipped with 2 main gauges of parrying. They have extremely high defense skill. They have a boost of quickness, so they are going to attack twice, so they have 4 attacks per square now. They have Girdle of Might, Ring of Regeneration, so they are going to have 2 HP regeneration, and they have at least Reinvigoration of 3. They currently have an encumbrance of about, I'll say, I guess that's 5 or 7. Yeah, 5. They have just regular Armor of Knights, so just decent protection overall. And then a helmet that gives them a morale boost, and really just a good helmet as well. So they're gonna cast Summon Earth Power, so now they are at Reinvigoration of 7. And their set Encumbrance 5. They have Iron Skin, Mist Form, so they're gonna be really hard to do mundane damage to. And they already have the Glamour for the mirror image. They already have Ethereal. They can already fly. Body of Flames, so they have AoE, and immediately the Body of Flames just kills all the insects that fly towards them. Timber Flesh, so they take half damage from any physical damage. And they start attacking. So this, okay, right there, I think she actually got trampled. Let's see what happened. Because I think if the you'll see it here in this attack, in this battle. If the Grand Mother, the Great Mother, actually managed to fully attack the Malika, I feel like the Malika would have died. But right here it says Malika managed to trample her for 4 points of damage, but the Malika negated with her mirror image. Because trample doesn't really care if you are invisible or like sometimes ethereal or so on, or have high defense. It's gonna run you over. So she has 2 attacks a turn, 4 attacks a turn going off, I think. And mathematically, how I think that works is she has encumbrance of 5. She does 4 attacks. She has reinvig 7, so she's giving herself 9 points of fatigue. And then she heals 7, so she's only giving her 2 points of fatigue a turn. I think. I'm not really too sure how the fatigue math works. I just know you want a good reinvigoration, and it works for this Malika. She is able to clear out everything around her and relatively remain in safe fatigue levels. So she, at the end of this battle, she gets to around 70 or 80, and yeah, for the most part, I think if they kept sending hordes at her, she would have been tired out eventually. But for this, she wasn't. She's at 66. And right here, yeah, once she clears out the rest of the chaff, the Great Mother ends up morale breaking due to HP loss of her army. And that is what wins her the province. And once again, it looks like I want to say she lost the eye from something. Anyway, I'm not gonna go down this entire thing and find out, but essentially, what's going on is we have this really defensive unit. She has really good protection, really good defense, high morale, high magic resistance. So let's look for a weakness. The most obvious weakness to a genie is their vulnerability to salt. This will stun lock them. If you bring in a unit that will carry salt, you just have them run up to her, throw salt in her face, and she's gonna be stunned until someone decides to stop throwing salt at her. But if we look at resistances, she has a shock resistance of 7. That's decent, but you know, something can hit her hard enough with lightning that it will hurt. She has fire resistance of 30, so fire's not going to touch her whatsoever. We also know that anyone who gets into melee will be hit by fire. She has no poison resistance, so if this was like a full-on war and she was just clearing out chaff units and someone casts foul vapors, the Malika would eventually take enough damage to want to rout, but the regen will be also kind of preventing her from, you know, doing too much. But essentially, the poison will be a deterrent, and we could perhaps send a unit that has like an AoE poison or like a poison weapon that does poison does armor negation. So a snake bladder stick, or you know, something like any armor negating poison weapon as a counter thug that's resistant to fire would be able to deal with her, but they'll have to get through her defense as well. So the next obvious answer is she has no cold resistance, and at this stage of the game, people who have Alteration 6 and have water mages, they can just cast Frozen Heart on her, and essentially that would like 1 or 2 hits will kill her. So no cold resistance, no poison resistance, and salt and vulnerability. That's one way we have to think about this thug when dealing with her. And also, trampling could also deal with her to an extent. And right here, just to kind of check out our Battle Saints trying to fight her. Now, they have these guys have Spirit Sight, and I thought that would negate her mirror image, but apparently they get good hits in. But yeah, her mirror image still blocks off any attacks that actually get to her defense. Now, she herself was not able to damage them with the fire abilities. Also, the Saints themselves, they have fire weapons, so they weren't going to do much damage to her either. Most of the damage she did came from her main guild chef, parrying. And those of you who are cringing at my pronunciation, I apologize. But yeah, we see attack roll of 29 versus defense roll of 38. That's insane. Right here, we finally get an attack roll of 31 versus 30, and they hit for a really good amount of damage, 16 plus 8 versus 26 plus 11, 13 points of damage. Then they increase due to via slashing, but the mirror image negated the damage. I thought because they had Spirit Sight, they would not care about mirror image, but apparently, it still comes up. And that's essentially, yeah. So this right here is an issue, and we're talking to our team's trying to negotiate on, hey, well, what should we do about this? Right here looks like I think people were casting a Vessel of Misery, which is a the means enhanced spell, and it kind of. And the way it works is they grab all the disease, pain, and ills of the world. Every unit has about 5% chance of getting healed. And in exchange, the nation that casts the spell is going to get diseased demons and diseased units and undead and weird things like that. And right here, we have Nick Knight sending his forces against the Ctisian fortress. And for one, Nick Knight already outnumbers the Ctisians. The Ctisians, with all their D2 mages and D1s, they're essentially casting skeletons. And skeletons are a good way to stall if you have an army that doesn't know how to fight off skeletons. I mean, they're not gonna, they're gonna definitely beat back that nation without a way to fight them off. The issue is Nick Knight has a way can easily fight off the skeletons, and essentially, when you have a skeleton nation, you want to have another way to do damage. You cannot rely only on skeletons. You cannot rely on chaff. You have to have something with an oomph factor that will get rid of everything the skeletons are not blocking off. And one of the answers Nyx has to an infinitely spawning army is to have his own infinitely spawning army in the way of these Zephyrs with lifelong protections. He has 5 of them with lifelong protection, so and they are all going to be summoning imps every single turn. So that's 10 imps a turn of free spawn. We can also see all the crossbows are just flying into the back line and hitting Ctisians are casting Banefire darts, but they are getting distracted by the imps that are jumping in the back. They're casting blindness and some other spells I can muster now that they are no longer on script. And then all the skeletons here are getting banished by the priests back here, I believe. Yeah, we can see pull from the grave from all the Lord Wardens. So that is easily getting rid of most of the skeletons being summoned. Got Banefire Dart going in, and it kills like one dude. So one of the ways we can deal with this, if we were Ctis, I'm not too sure what LA Ctis' units are, and I'm not really gonna look them up. But as I said, you want to have some way to do damage, because the skeletons are doing a really good job for what they currently have in, like, just kind of keeping Nick's army away. Then we have Dust to Dust going off, and they're killing a couple of the long dead belonging to Nick. the Sacred Long Dead, but you know, it's just not enough. Now, once I'm not sure if LA has access to this, but Foul Vapors with skeletons is, you know, the go-to strategy for a reason. We have all these human units. They have either 5 poison res or no poison res. Especially the tower guards here. And if that Foul Vapors managed to go off, it would also kill off the Zephyrs, I think. No, they have some poison res, 25. But for the most part, it will kill off all the regular human units, and that would cause a morale rout due to loss of the majority of Nick's army through poison. And that would also prevent all these crossbows coming in and killing the backline. And as it turns out, the majority of deaths on Nick's side has come from his wardens, which he can just recruit after a couple more turns. But I went through the battle stats, and the majority of them were actually killed by the tower guards shooting crossbows into their backs. And these 5 long deads, they were killed off by the Reborns casting Dust to Dust. So, yeah. I don't really know what else Statistics could have done. But for most part, yeah, they just didn't really stand a chance. Actually, let's look at some of the death magic that they could have had. So, for most part, we can assume they can maybe get to Def 3 or Def 2 and Fire 1. I wouldn't reanimate these archers, that would be too expensive. If they somehow manage to get to Def 4, a Rigor Mortis would have actually really helped. And let's see. They were definitely casting Banefire darts. Bolt of Unlife could have potentially could have killed off some of Nick's frontline while also giving some more numbers. Shadow Blast, if they had like a if they managed to get some Death Mages to spam that at the beginning, that would have potentially been devastating for Nick's frontline. And Blast of Unlife could have been spammed if they had a Def 3, like possibly off script, I think. And let's see. And we do know they have Soul Vortex. I think Darkness could have helped to an extent, but our Sacreds do have Spirit Sight along with the Long Dead, but I think that would have prevented all the crossbows from really landing their marks on the back line. This can only be cast underwater. And, well, yeah, there's not much they could have done. They really need a way to branch off of their potential magic paths. At least, you know, just from what I saw in that fort. And let's see, they have Death Nature. And Death Fire for the most part. And I don't know, I'll have to look into it, but yeah. Having nothing but skeletons, you just need to find some type of factor to make the skeletons kind of kill things as they hold off the enemy army. And that's why, and as I said, that's why MA Statists with their Foul Vapors was extremely effective. And let's see. Alright, well, that's about it for this turn. Actually, let's just go ahead and show you some of the magic items I've been creating. So I have all this super combatant stuff just kind of being made for the upcoming war. Just double checking what Nick gave me. So this right here, for one, yeah, it's a siege weapon. But after actually looking at it, I was like, wait. So it's an armor-piercing weapon that does AoE 25, 7 armor piercing, with a tremor stun of an AoE 50. Hold up. Okay. Alright, Calbilg. I'm definitely gonna have to bring this to my next army fight, give it to one of my giants. And I'm just curious how spooked this is against like an enemy army that's grounded, because it doesn't do anything against flying or floating units, so Naba won't care as much. Then again, I think most of their troops are grounded in this. So, and then right here, Kaladfwitch, which was also given to me by Nick Knight. It attacks 3 times, armor piercing, 16 plus strength. So it's going to hurt. And yeah, and then there's the blinding flash, which is an AoE, and I guess I'm not sure if it only hits that one square 3 times, or if it just does it once, but it's definitely something. It looks like it's gonna be fun to play with. Let me just move this here. I like to keep my boosters in the same area. These are my temporary gyms. I have Plain Assault ready to go against the Ba. And let me see. Okay, the John Guards, they do not float. So I can definitely use this against Naba without too many issues. It'll be against their Malakas, which are their slow to recruit mages. They will be the ones that resist. And Naba also has other mages that I'm not paying attention to. Against Jilmi, it's not gonna do anything against their shades or their Tenku, but definitely hurt their regular Oni. But I don't want to. Against Yomi, I'm gonna be focusing on typical anti-demon tactics. I actually am crafting an Eye of Aiming, and I'm gonna craft an Adjustment's Cross, and I'm gonna give it to my priestesses, and they're gonna get like, I think the Eye of Aiming is gonna give them like a net +3 in precision. They're gonna cast Eagle Eye, so that's another +5, I think, or 4. So they're gonna have 17 precision, and I'm gonna have them target large with Adjustment's Cross. So they're just going to hammer out like 45 damage onto a Yomi, like super combatant. Anyways, oh, and in preparation for war as well, we have several sacreds belonging to Aaron Zimnir moving to our provinces, and they're going to be reinforcing the borders. And as we all know, no one wants to deal with these sacreds. Absolutely no one wants to fight them. And ways to mostly deal with them is to snipe out the commanders. And lastly, I got another Death Mage and another free Vampire, so that makes me happy. And I'm going to be sending him to chill out with his other Vampire friend. But the main prize for this event is this. 25 gems, I get to cast Power of the Spheres. Most likely, I'm going to get a Giant who's going to be part of the Communions, and they'll do Power of the Spheres and then do other stuff that'll hopefully not over-fatigue my slaves. And then this item right here, which I've been crafting, they give me Nymphs of Gaia for this Domains Enhanced, and it will give me 2 Communion slaves per battle for free. So that's pretty nice. Anywho, that's it for this turn. Mostly political turmoil stuff happening right now, I'd say. And I'll see you guys for turn 51. I'm going to go get some drinks. Later. Alright, welcome back, and we are here with turn number 51. And essentially, political turmoil has struck between the the alliances of Arcocephale, old-aged Marignon, or late-aged man, and Nabal, Abysia, Yomi, and Albion. Last turn, this province was taken over by Nabal, who jumped in and attacked the province as in the middle of our territory. And this was the province we've been chipping away at, that essentially EXP farming for several turns. And it has no actual borders with the enemy team. In Retaliation, MZ2 has decided to send in one of his special ICBMs, aka an accursed idol, in order to reclaim it. Now, he just sent this in just to get it back, since this was essentially, by our claim, roughly ours, since we surround the province, and we've been using it for the past 40-ish turns or so. Now over here, Nabal has already shown a large PD. I want to estimate maybe somewhere above 30, maybe 50 PD. So spent about 1,000 to 2,000 plus gold to reinforce this site. They also still have their thug unit here. So 2,000 plus gold has been spent, as well as a cap-only mage that has at least 6, 9, 14. What was this? 24, 30. We'll round up. We'll say at least 30 to 40 gems, depending on the used hammers or not. So, in the meantime, we sent a 25 gem unit with a climb of pearls. So this is about 35. This is about 45 gems worth of stuff. And then Ritual jumped. That's about, I want to say we spent 50 gems on this battle. And this is just for us to reclaim it. And if you already looked at earlier, this province was won by MZ2. So, simply put, yeah, the province defense is not going to do anything against the cursed idol. Most of the damage he is taking, I want to say it's coming from the Malika there. And yeah, taking points of the damage from the Malika, it's armor piercing. She has pretty high attack. It's gonna hit the this accursed idol. Immediately, she is smited away with a Hand of Death, doing 22 points of armor gain damage, and it deals 45 plus 9 versus, yeah, no defense. So even with the misform to gain 46 points of damage, that's still essentially, once the idol decided to focus on the Malika, it just bitch slapped her into non-existence. And then these units, honestly, once they get into the melee, that's it. Only 2 afflictions, a chest wound and a never healing wound, but this thing does not care about that. So, we reclaimed this throne. We got rid of about 1,500-ish gold of province defense, and we got rid of about 45 gem, or about 30 gem, plus slow to recruit mage. This is a major victory for us, especially since, considering we can still reuse this idol, and he'll worked essentially on the same effect. We negotiated, or attempted to negotiate with the Naba team, saying, alright, at this point, we're gonna uh, declare war on them, because they claimed that we broke the NAP by attacking this, but they literally attacked a province within our territory that we were working towards. And mind it is a throne room, but for the most part, at this point, tensions have become high enough. We have armies on all the borders as well. And we said, alright, at this point, how about we end the NAP and give us 3 turns to prepare? And they said no, the NAP is broken, now war has been fully declared. So, I'm not prepared for war at the moment. Remember, my main army is down here, because I was just getting ready to reinforce this zone and try to get rid of the disease here. I'm also worried about Zabalba attacking, but that's a small enough army. I don't care about it. So I'm not too worried about that. This army right here is still going to do their task and take out this province, as another ICBM will be sent here. They're disconnected, but, it'll still look like we can claim these territories. And Ignite is also still working on Ctis, so hopefully he can grab the Ctisian capital ASAP. Also, looks like Albion, right, Albion has been attacking us as well through their, wait, Old Arcocephale versus, okay, they saw one of my scouts. Yeah, Albion, I believe, has a in Deep Slumber. This spell right here, I believe, has been attacking our provinces. So, essentially, we just want to get rid of everything ASAP. And I think we also... Okay, we lost Mother Oak as well. Anywho. So, what I'm gonna do... my giants are not fully prepared to fight yet, so... And the big downside is this province right here. This is about 23 mages. I have about 1, 2... maybe 3 hammers. Yeah, 3 dwarven hammers here, and the lab exploded. And these are also all my mages with the quills and feathers and the mentors. So this is a massive RNG loss for me. Apparently some dumbass was trying to get, yeah, here we go. Now, fire magic is a dangerous trade. Lab has been destroyed by a failed fire magic experiment. An unbound elemental has escaped. And this dude, which is a Fire 1, Astral 1, Earth 1 Mage, yeah, just really messed things up for me. So, I'm not fully prepared at the moment. What I'm gonna do is I'm sending this giant to Cloud Trapeze onto this Nabal army, just to try and spook him away. And then I'm sending my other giants to other labs and trying to reinforce this to a slight extent. I stopped recruiting mages in these areas for now, just the borders, and I'm getting engineers. Engineers give me siege defense bonus of plus 25, so this will give me plus 50, and these provinces are already fully upgraded. So when they do get attacked, and I only have like what 3 mages in there, they'll hold off for at least a turn or 2. Like the fortification has a strength of 500, so it should be able to deal with. It should definitely be able to deal with all these armies, and then I'll be able to get something like shove them off after a little while. So the place I'm not as worried about, being my western provinces, are now undergoing the mage production. Just double checking. So yeah, this I'm recruiting a wizard here because I just want to try it out. Honestly, probably not the best unit for me to recruit because a wizard is literally just my mystic. But I think my mystic's just better, so I have no idea why I'm recruiting this guy. I guess I just really wanted to like check it out. And even for the researcher, he gets like what plus? He gets 21 research. This guy gets 12. I guess technically it's cheaper, but he's slower to recruit. So I don't know. And yeah, I'm still trying to get the Ctisian Dominion out of this area because I really don't want to deal with the disease. And yeah, I'm moving all the troops that are just trying to patrol this unrest out because this is a pretty good province. I really would like to use the Adept of Golden Orders. Yeah, just get Adepts of Golden Orders rather than those wizards. I could also get the Windmasters here if I need the Air 2s. But, you know, I have to move everything to go to war now. On the Abysian front line, I'm mostly not exactly ready. So this is pirates and vine ogres. That's definitely could deal with PD. This is an army of random adventurers. I'm not too sure what will happen here. I'm gonna lose these provinces, but in fact, I'm most likely gonna lose this entire front line. But unlike last time, we have ready to jump in with his flying dragon, lion snake things, and they're all over. And he even has them right here. Heck, a turn ago they're in here. So is ready to jump in and help me out. Then on the Marignon side, Marignon has his personal Pegasus riders flying in, and he has several knights, but I believe these will be acting as more defense, and he still has all his immortals. And these armies, I don't think they'll do anything for this upcoming war. Man, on the other hand, Ignite, he is still dealing with aftermath of Vanheim and Satis, and we're still we still have to deal with this team. Then right here, this unit can easily start attacking Yomi from around here. Actually, it's kind of surrounded, so I'm confused here. But for the most part, I'm fully expecting to be jumped by three out of 4 members of the Naba team. But I'm going to be actually focused on them. Just that I don't have all the time to prepare again. And I have the reinforcements. And I'm repeating myself at this point. Let's see. In terms of our messages, yeah, not much not much worth covering, really. So these right here are the events. They're just happening due to thrones or globals. Let's see. And not really not much to go on here. And Ur attack Marignon was a so this is God versus God fight actually. I'm just curious how this turned out. I didn't watch this battle. I mean, obviously on Ur side we lost. Okay, Flame Meteor will probably hit him. Yeah, the second that Flame Meteor lands, our god is not gonna like it. And is he heat exhausted? He might be. Essentially, they're both kind of like slapping each other, but this guy's also healing. The leashing touch, actually, I think is keeping him alive. It just ended up hitting itself, I think. But actually, hold on. No, I think what's happening is even the meteors that do land, yeah, we have 30 fire resistance, so it's maybe it's not doing anything to do that, but it's supposed to do 500. Alright, I want to see what happened here. Hardwood Club. Hit with Flaming Meteor for 0 points because damage roll is 50 plus 5 versus protection roll, so Twist Fate has negated the damage. So this is what the Twist Fate shield does for y'all. So what I think is happening, what's gonna happen is because is not doing any damage to him, and this guy is just healing. I mean, it's essentially on both ends. It's a wet noodle fight. Ooh, gifts from heaven. What's gonna happen is the timer's gonna occur, and because the Moloch flies, and this guy, I'm not sure he's immobile or not. No, he has, yeah, it looks like he's immobile. That just causes to just retreat, and because he retreats off, the like turn 100 auto kill thing doesn't go off. But I think if equipped the Moloch with a better weapon, this would have worked a little bit better. Oh. Armies of routed. So, it just retreated. I wonder if that was due to morale? Blood Boil. Leeching Touch. Yeah. That was a morale route. But, and, okay, and that, I want to say it was basically due to timer thing, I guess. I'm not too sure. And really don't have much else to say other than, oh hey, look at us just fighting these and these. Curious what these are. These are Magister Halls, Mundane Research. I'm not sure if this is like a LA Man unit or not. Okay, so it's managed to kill him. So yeah, this is a man unit, and they're Astral 2, Earth 1, Air 2. That's pretty good. And looks like he just wanted to do a simple strategy with them. Especially when just dealing with PD. Or indies. Then we have this fight with Zabalba. I'm curious if it's... Hold on. This is man attacking, so... I'm really not sure what happened here. I have to talk to them, see what our situation with Zabalba is. Like, what exactly was this attack? Yeah, I don't really have... I legit just don't have much to say this turn, but... Other than, you know, political turmoil stuff happening. Looks like my giant here got injured. But that's to be expected. It's a what do you call it? Barbarian province. Oh wait, she was already injured. I'm saying how this battle went. I just like seeing, my giants do stuff. Now this was a super AOE type unit. Okay, see, and you can see the cold blast going off with the acid blast at the same time. And unfortunately, the cold attack did not do as much as I was hoping. I do like the acid spray a lot more. But I guess it'll come up, especially when you're fighting things that don't have cold resistance. That said, take a look at my magic item treasury. These are all the items I've been crafting for the past several turns. And as you can see, it's several super combatant and thugging gear, so that's good to go. I have a lifelong protection here, and I'm gonna basically do one of Nick's strats of getting a mindless mobile unit that will sit in the back and just summon imps all day, every day, for every battle. Um, let's see, Ring of the Where? Let's just go ahead and move this here. I have several boosters for mages ready to go. I have a Dwarven Hammer. I should probably shove this on someone. I have Moonblade, Salt. Subject Authority I actually got really early, but never got around to using it. And yeah, I'm basically ready to mass produce more super combatants. And as soon as they get online, I'm gonna send them crashing into Team Yomi and the Ba, and whoever else joins our team. That's really, yeah, I'll have much else to say for this turn, so I'll see you guys for turn number 52, and we'll see what happens as the fight with Nabal escalates. Howdy, y'all. This is turn number 52. Actually recorded this turn. I think this is the third time me recording this. Just had a couple issues, and as it turns out, as I'm recording this, I go to work in about 45 minutes, or I'm supposed to clock it in 45 minutes. So I'm gonna try to rush through this before the turn goes. Assuming it doesn't get extended. Well, anyways, this right here, last turn, things were escalating between between my team, and the team of Nabal, Yomi, Albion, and Abysia. Uh, we sent out our first attacks this turn, and essentially we're gonna see the results of this. You can already see right here in the bottom of the messages. My Cloud Trapeze, I Cloud Trapeze right into this province of Nabal, and as per usual, I'm gonna go through uh, most of the messages in order. So the main thing is we get a really nice item from Nick Knight. He also sends another shield to me. This is this Scutella Volturnus, which you've seen probably a few turns ago. It's a lightning shield that lets me auto cast lightning strike or shocking grasp or something. So pretty good to get rid of chaff. The Mask of the Vampire is a little spooky. So I believe I have it on this unit. Yep. This right here, the Mask of the Vampire. First of all, the artwork could definitely use some touch-ups. I wonder if I should talk to RedRobin. I believe I could probably do something to make this look a little neater. But it's a helmet. 23 protection. That's typical with like the best craftable helmets in the game. And it lets you auto cast a Vampiric Drain. And what Vampiric Drain does is armor negating, and it just lets you life drain for healing. So I now have this giant who will have about 20% HP regen. And she is going to be healing about 22 HP a turn, plus another 5, so 27 HP a turn, and the life drain lets her heal above her max HP, so she's going to be extremely tanky. And she has, the heroic ability isn't going to matter too much. Originally I was going to send my giant here, but Aaron Zeminair said he really wanted to use his boss moves to attack this Albion province. And this Albion province, it was formerly mine, and essentially this is the result of their Dominion attacking us. But anyways, let's go back through the rest of the turns, or the rest of everything. So I claimed the throne of Panto Crater for my team, and that's going to make our Dominion push a lot harder. It's going to allow our gods to be summoned quicker. It's going to do lots of neat little things for our Dominion. The main thing is we can start very quickly getting rid of the Dominion that belongs to Ctisian. So get the disease out of these lands we newly conquered, and we can start pushing out Abysia and Nabal and Yomi, etc. And in terms of site searching, did not get too much this time around. I think, yeah, just +3 gems maybe. And they lost a couple provinces, so if we look at the score graphs, we can see I take a decent dive down on the Jin income, but I'm still making a lot more than Albion, and Albion is one who has like a lot of the globals up right now, so it feels good. Right here we can see that Nabal attacked me, and we'll go back to the messages. So right here, I Cloud Trapeze the giant onto the Nabal like camp essentially that was just north of the throne I captured. They didn't have anything. They only had mundane units, like 2 sacreds on blessed, and my giant kind of choose through them. This giant is cursed, so she is very likely to get afflicted. Yeah, they toss their javelins at her. They shoot arrows, but she's able to tank it like a boss, and she's taking damage, only 1 pip of damage, because Mistform is negating anything that does less than 25 points of damage. And yeah, you just see her just obliterating just about everything. And the Ring of Cold, I gave her the silver ring that auto cast Cold Blast. I thought it'd do a little bit more damage, but it's not armor negating or anything. It's so these are heavily armored units, so it's doing about 19 damage, and then they get their armor roll on top of it. So let's go to this guy. They get hit by Cold Blast, and it only does 19 plus 2d6 minus 12 plus 2d6. So they get a pretty good chance to block off a good chunk of the damage, and they also have about a total of 25 plus HP, so they are pretty tanky. On the right side, her giant sword is just cleaving through them, and yeah, for the most part, she ends up taking a limp and an ever-healing wound, and that's most likely a result of the curse and just getting and the units just getting some really good hits in. But she manages to capture the province. And the great thing about my nation is I have healer units, so I could just let her take a break, maybe hang out with her friend Athier, Melissa, for a turn or two, and then she'll get those afflictions right off. At the same time, MZ2 sent in one of his special delivery totems, Crystals. They cost 25 Astral Pearls to create and about 3 more pearls to teleport in. And he didn't realize I was going to teleport in at the same time as him. So I'm currently relinquishing this province. Luckily, I already has a lab on it. Thank you for that, Nabah. I'm going to relinquish it and give it to MZ2, so MZ2 can have his statue teleport somewhere else. In the meantime, let's go back to the turns, so I kind of keep things organized. This right here is Nabah attacking my fortress. Luckily, they attacked a fortress I don't really have too much care for. It has a lot of gems, but it's like, other than that, I'm like, oh, okay. So the main thing is, they go in with a handful of chaff units, a couple mundane heavy armored stuff. They are protecting their back line because they're fully expecting me to go in with Pegasi units to attack the rear. She's wearing a black steel plate, which essentially... Actually, this is kind of funny. The black steel plate is metal armor, but she has an iron allergy in a way. The suggestion iron causes discomfort and pain to this unit. It'll take... So, I just think that's a little funny. But she's wearing a black steel plate. She has protection of 14 now. And she has fire gems, so I'm expecting either fire elementals or some other weird things happen. Most likely fire elementals, since this is not a battlefield unit. This is more of like I'm gonna take a province setup. And she has 1 John Amir. And really, it's just they're only meant to take out easy to capture provinces and possibly take out any light thugs that will want to attack. So the main thing to deal with this is she has air magic and fire magic. Just bring fire res and shock res and some heavy hitting weapons, and you can deal with this army without too much issues. And there's a thunder strike actually. So what I'm gonna do The fort they attacked has my one of my giants in it. Let me try to find. There it is. And this giant right here already has fire resistance, already has 15 shock resistance, and she is just gonna break out of it and say, "Hi, what's up? How y'all doing?" To the Nabal army, and wherever else the Nabal army goes, if they ideally if they want to attack right here to restock on supplies, or maybe disrupt another one of my gym sites, like right here, or right here is actually a very good tactical location. But I have a crazy amount of gym income, so um, basically I'm gonna have this giant essentially chase off this thugging army. And then if we look at the rest of the team, Ignite is going in with his spooky um, dead elves, and he's raiding the Albion provinces. Just sent in his massive army of sacreds, and he took out this right here is a free spawn army, essentially, with a couple of sacreds that were summoned, a couple of random units that were summoned, I guess, or acquired by sites, and it's a massacre. But once again, we have is going in with a lot more higher quality units, and this right here is their backline protection. These are flying units. You can kind of guess what happens. So the backline's completely massacred, and immediately it causes the rest of the army to rout. But they do manage to take out 4 of our sacreds, so we have a loss of about maybe 5 to 6 nature gems in this battle, but we took out a decent sized chunk of Yomi's army. This right here, Abysian attacked us with a single Wolf-Tried Shaman. Not really sure what they're trying to do here. And I checked it, they don't have equipment or anything, so I don't know what's happening here. It might have been a fluke, or I don't know. And yeah, right here it looks like Nick Knight basically just attacks a Blood Hunter. Here, just showing off Nick Knight's strategy. He's been summoning disease demons, and the disease demons he's been summoning are commanders, and he's been lightly thugging them out. So we have the Shroud of Balancing, so they have our Crazy Bless, high attack, high morale, magic weapons, air shield, all the resistances in the world, more or less, awe, and larger. And then he gives them a main ghost of parrying, main gouge, I don't know how to pronounce it, but, the parry dagger, and an axe of the berserker, so it's berserking. And this is a really good unit to take out some PD with. Now this is actually an independent, this is actually, I think, indie attack on one of our provinces, but for the most part, I'm just trying to showcase what this setup could do against, MEPD. And right here, Albion is attempting to raid Nick Knight, and we can see they're bringing in their Cambions, which are I think it's that same Blood Hunter thing we saw earlier, and it just shape changes into this wolf, and it's coming in a couple of demons, so it really just a light raider. We can flick it off with some effort. And I think right here is just moving through Vanheim. I don't think we're actually at war with old Vanheim at the moment. And if I recall correctly, we also said Vanheim was allowed to move to to do some stuff, so nothing to say here. And this is just showing the point that I really think we're just attacking some of your Blood Hunters. Yeah, this guy even has a dowsing rod. Now, I'm not sure how much they're actually blood hunting, but this is just from experience. If you have the capability to get you know, get blood hunters on a regular basis. It's a good idea to have maybe multiple blood hunters per province. But once again, this is just still a started war. We haven't like fully delved into what they could. You know, we haven't delved all the way into Albion, so I'm not too sure how they're playing. Like what to expect. I think Albion's also like their bigger, the bigger nation in this alliance. And right here, very annoying. In the Forest of Pine, a huge barbarian horde has attacked and pillaged the province. The village of Pine is this province, which I was building a fortress on. And this is a province in which I had all this fire gym income, a good amount of astral pearl income, 4 air gym income, and that's just really annoying. And it's literally the turn right as I move everything off. So my Blackhawks did their best to try and put a fight, but they just get evaporated. And I can't really, yeah, that's just annoying. So I'm gonna send the Bear Barbarian, and I'm sending in the FloridaMen himself to go in and teach these barbarians a lesson. And hopefully the Fear and Awe will keep them off. He has the Invulnerability on as well, and Astral Shield. And typically, I believe FloridaMen should be able to take it, but you never know with barbarians. And if I lose FloridaMen, then dang it. But for the most part, we do have ways to just call him back without too much issue. And let's see. And then these are all just random indies. So right here, we were attacked by Albion, and this is just a result of their Dominion global. So apparently Vymen just come and attack us. And then right here, this is also the Armageddon that, or Ragnarok being cast by Vanheim, but we're currently at peace at them, so it's just a nuisance more than anything. Okay. So let's go ahead and figure out what to expect from the enemy armies. So for one, Yomi has this army filled with, what is that, Long Dead, Bandits, Free Spawn. Looks like their commanders here too. They have more Free Spawn units here, lots of Tengu. This also consists of Burning Ones, so Abysia is chilling out here. I'm fully expecting them to kind of try to walk in on us, but they haven't done that yet, so so we're anticipating it. But I don't think they'll be able to stop our tank battalion of just going in. Let's see, Nabah has invisible units, so they're a little bit more harder to predict. Oh, and also Ur's gonna attack through here. So this throne that they captured is most likely gonna go to us soon. And in terms of Abysia, they're not really doing blood magic by the looks of it. Abysia has the ability to do to get warlocks, but that's limited to their capital. But they can get into blood magic, and I was expecting to see some demons here and there, but I think they went full into fire magic. And if you play Abysia with nothing but fire magic, that means I can just go in with fire resistant stuff, and Abysia won't be able to do too much to me. If they are also only using fire magic and not blood magic, or you know, any other potential cross paths, then I could just cast Foul Vapors and don't have much defense against that. So my strategy to deal with Abysia is quite simply fire res, armor negating attacks, and poison. Until something else comes up that'll prevent me from succeeding in that. And Yomi, so taking a look at Yomi, Yomi has 2 fortresses. They have their capital, they have their adjacent fortress. And then that's it. Nawa owns about everything else. If I was playing Nawa, I would say, hey Yomi, take these forts off of me. It could help you muster your troops a little better, but I don't know. Yomi's still tiny, even though, like, you know, they were supposed to be able to go to war with Vanheim and everything. They're really tiny. And Nawa is widespread, but they lack fortresses right now. And Albion's also widespread, but there's also a bit of a lack of fortresses. So I don't really think this is gonna come too much, but oh, another thing is Abyssia's capital is right here. And when I was attacking them, I was like, you know, going all around here. I didn't realize their capital was right here. I literally could have messed up their capital in that early war, but I know they're here now, and I think I'm in a cloud trapeze range from here. So, when I get a chance, I'm just gonna hop a giant up here and have some fun with that. For the most part, I don't think Naba's team's ready for this war. When they attacked this fortress here and we took it back, you know, there's that political tension, and we kind of went back and forth saying, "Oh, you broke the NAP first," something like that. And we basically said, "All right, if the NAP is going down, do you want to have, you know, the 3-turn cooldown before we can attack each other?" I believe, according to Aaron Zemanir, he who did the negotiations, it kind of went on that they said no, they wanted war immediately. So like, okay, we'll do war immediately. And I don't think they had time to prepare for what we're attacking them with. I don't know, just a thought. I mean, I obviously do not see their entire army yet, but we have Eyes of Gods up. We have several scouts in their territories, and I'm just not seeing anything that would kind of terrify us. And what I think may have happened is they were perhaps trying to get other teams to attack us, but our teams have NAPs with us, and they're focused on doing our things. So it's possible what happened is they were expecting like a massive coalition through the entire game to attack us at the same time, but you know that didn't happen. And now they've kind of been caught with their pants down. And let's see, I have 3 giants here, 4, and then I have a 5th one here, and I'm making another one here, and that's going to give me 6 provinces a turn essentially. I haven't moved my main army yet. I have a second army building up here, and these guys are gonna rush into Yomi Naba. I have this army that's gonna move into Abysia, and I'm just gonna restate. I'm not sure the enemy team is ready for this. If they are, then good on them. But I don't want it to. I don't want to just bulldozer them. I want to see them put up a fight. I want to see a fight put up. Anyways, before I end it, I'm just gonna show you what I'm gonna be doing to a little bit of a greater extent. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, right here, I had a bad event. So remember last time, my lab exploded here? Oh, my laboratory exploded here now. I don't know what the heck this bad luck is. Anyways, right here, I'm moving several of my units in. They're a little bit smaller compared to what I attacked with Ctis, but I can easily reinforce this line. Get some more Pegasus riders and so on and so forth. I managed to create one of Nick Knight's annoying strategies, I got a Zephyr, which is a mindless commander. Gave it a lifelong protection, so it's never going to be horror marked. And in battle, it's ethereal. It's it's somewhat tanky, especially if you kind of keep it back, surrounded with some, if it remains like untargeted, it's just gonna keep summoning imps all day, every day, throughout entire battles, and just keep chaff coming. And I'm still going with the elemental form because really good spell, high, gives my frontline troops, good resistances, extra HP, so on and so forth. So it'll make it tanky against Abysia. More importantly, I have flower charms, so all my comedians. So I have 2 flower charms here, and what flower charms do is they give 2 comedian slaves for free every battle, and I have 2 of this army. So every comedian master is gonna get at least +2 to their pathways. And I'm gonna try something a little cheeky. Once I get Serpent's Blessing, I'll do this, but this chick is gonna be at nature. She's at nature 4 right now with the mace. She has a crystal matrix, so she's a comedian master. And she is going to be at 6 nature. She's gonna cast Strength of God to get to 7 nature. And she is going to cast Breath of the Dragon, which scales up. It's a nature 2, so she gets extra additional effects for every 5 levels she is above nature 2. So this is at 5 times. So this is at range 45, and the damage is going to be doing 15 damage. Armor negating poison. I think this, unless the Abysia has good poison defense, this is going to Shrek them. But otherwise, what I'll do instead is I'll have someone cast Foul Vapors, and maybe she'll cast Serpent's, Serpent's Blessing. I get Serpent's Blessing next turn, so it's just a little fun thought I had. But it'll be more efficient to just kind of do that, especially when I have Cornucopias here. And over here, I'm still trying to figure out how to best deal with Nabab, but if they're only sending like light rating units, it's not gonna be too difficult to deal with them. The main thing is I don't know what to expect, and that's both troublesome and not troublesome, because if they're only sending these light units here, I get to go on an offensive, and I get to hurt their economy a lot faster than they get to hurt my economy. And if I get into this alpha strike, like attacking 6 or 7 provinces at the same time, and then as the rest of my team does the same thing, you just kind of snowball. You just keep the momentum going, and it's gonna really hurt. But once again, I am hoping to see some really nice large battles. But with the Eyes of Gods up and with what our scouts are seeing, we quite literally don't see much that would resist too much of what we got. And also, I think statistics is gonna go down pretty soonish. When the Nick Knight over here. Oh wait, no, they have another fort here, so LA Statis is still in the game. And now he's dealing with Albion. But I know Nick, he's got this. Oh, this right here is our god right here. Remember the giant flaming head dude? He is now a giant. And I think that's it for this turn. But I'm gonna say we're gonna try to win this war. At least break their morale in about 6 turns. At least attempt to. And I'm just saying, I hope it's gonna be a really good fight. All right. That's it for this turn. I gotta clock into work in about 15 minutes, and I live about 10 minutes away from work, so I'll see you guys next time on turn number 40, or not 40, 53. Howdy, y'all. This is turn number 53, and I think this is actually going to be my third time recording this, because a bunch of new information kept popping up, and I basically need to rethink how to go about explaining the turn and the thought processes. So we'll just go ahead and get started, and we'll see how the fight with the Naba, Albion, Abysia, and Yomi faction is coming along. I mean, if we scroll down immediately, roughly we are on the massive offensive right now, but Albion is attacking Nick Knight. So we get to learn about Albion strategies and scripting this turn, and we can deem how to deal with them from there. Going down the list of things, in terms of magic, didn't get anything too special. I think I found like one magic site. So definitely slowed down. But capturing enemy provinces has risen my gem income. So right here, Nick Knight has sent me a Mask of the Vampire for my giants to use, so thank you, Nick. And right here, Epiphania, however you pronounce her name, cloud trapezed into the Dragon Scale Mountains and obliterated these forces belonging to Naba. I believe these are mostly remnant forces from the earlier cloud trapeze, and they were stationed here. They don't even have a commander. They were only commanded by province offense. And all Divine Ogres and Vinemen had no one leading them, so they immediately just fizzle out of existence. And right here, there's nothing much to say. They get hit with acid, cold, lightning, and get cleaved in half with a giant sword. Over here, this is on the capital of Naba. So the capital of Naba is barraged by MZ2's Accursed Idol, and we've already seen in previous terms how effective they can be. So, Power of Spheres, Soul Vortex, Ghost Form, Elemental Fortitude, and Astral Shield. And it just does whatever it feels like after that. And we can... essentially, they can't even really tickle it that well. This is meant to be just a special delivery to Naba to sit on top of its capital. Naba cannot recruit anything from the capital at the moment, and they will have to muster something to get rid of the Cursed Idol. It has lightning resistance, fire resistance, cold resistance, poison resistance. It has low fire, low shock, so Naba will have to field mages with good and spam good fire and good lightning to try and kick him off. Or it could go the astral route. It's astral 3, so you'd have to attack it with if you attack with magic duel, you'll need a decent amount to beat the 1d6 plus 3 with like whatever astral mage you field. Either way, this is not something they can ignore. They have to do something to get rid of the Cursed Idol, or else they're not going to be able to get any of their good troops out of the capital. And going through everything else, I think this is my weaker giant. Yeah, this is my weakest giant. She has no fire resistance, and she is going into Abysia, so that's gonna be a problem. So, but against, you know, a handful of dudes, she will annihilate them, and she will be good enough to take out the provinces. Over here, Nick Knight is using some of these mages. They are really good with Air, 3, Astral, Earth. I'm not entirely too sure what he's doing here. He did lose one of them. They're casting Lightning Strike. I'll have to check in on what exactly they're doing, but they are taking the province. They did take the province. Over here, Albion has this Ivy King, and I'm not really too sure what the Ivy King is here for. I'm not sure if the Ivy King was summoned for free on their part, if it was like site searching, if it was about to dug out or something. Usually when I have Ivy Kings, I just keep him in my base and I use him for the Ivy Lord aspect. Or if I bring him into the front line for battle, I use him as the Nature 3 plus magic. Alright, further down the line, FloridaMen went to deal with the barbarians that attacked my high unrest province that in the Ctisian cap ring, and not much to say. The Soul Vortex, Mistform, Timberflash, he is super tanky, and FloridaMen asserts dominance on the barbarians. And he doesn't even really take any. He doesn't even take damage this fight, I don't think. Yeah, it's either all running. They all just get absorbed into him. And after this, FloridaMen goes to wrestle some alligators in the Ctisian swamps before I send him out to deal with a different province. Here we can see Albion's full setup. And this is when I start to point out problems. So we have the Magic Horse Tattoo. So they get limited invulnerability, some other buffs, more invulnerability. It can cast Awakened Tattoos. A lot of their troops have tattoos. In fact, a buttload of their troops have tattoos. And he has a lot of sacred units here. So he tells his units to go out and attack immediately, and his blessings miss. It hits like one dude for the regeneration and awe. These guys are not even like, they're not undisciplined. They can tell them to stand back and wait for buffs. And you don't have 5 protection. They have a lot of HP, only 5 protection. He gets Iron Skin on himself, which is fair. But his bless, I don't think even, yeah, it hits like 2 of them. And then he goes in and attacks. This is not really an efficient use. I would, if I was Albion, I'd field at least 2 more mages if possible, mage priests. Get them all to bless twice. So you get everyone who wants to be blessed, and then I would cast Magic Tattoo to awaken their tattoos, and maybe cast that twice. And then after that, then perhaps, you know, I mean, this guy casts Iron Skin because he wants to be tanky, but I wouldn't send him into melee like this if he's only a dude. I mean, perhaps, yeah, maybe cast Iron Skin early if you're expecting someone to attack it from the back. But no, like, have him buff everyone else in the army. It'll be more effective that way. And right here, let's go ahead and see what Aaron Zeminir does with his Sacred. So, he has several mages supporting his Sacreds. There's a Divine Blessing that goes off. So instead of Divine Blessing, imagine you have maybe 2 or 3 priests all casting Blessing. And now, what the rest of the mages do, and another thing is you want to have multiple commanders. they're all casting several different buffs, like Gift of Strength, Gift of Giants, Summer Rain to lower the fatigue. And now, they are extremely potent in killing. There's Gift of Flights that are going off as well. Quickness. Make your strong units even stronger, essentially. And yeah, this is being commanded by 7 commanders. This right here was the Abysian province I attacked, and I guess I never put PD in it. I'm not sure if they were expecting me to claim it earlier or something, like when we had that peace treaty from before, and they needed to use that province to get back home or something. But it's mine now. And here we can see how Knight fares against Navarre, and he just goes through whatever they got. They run away. I think this guy is an Astral 1 dude, but Priest level 2. Not too sure what he was intended for. Didn't want to watch the battle. This is on Holbergdorf. Go to province. I'm not sure if he's site searching or if there's like something else here. Perhaps he was building a lab? I mean, he built a lab. Now it's our lab. And then now we can get an alchemist here. And actually, I think that's why Nick attacked it. It's like, ooh, lab. Lab and alchemist. And actually, because we have a lab here, Nick can now equip this Wraith Lord if he wanted to. And let's see. This right here, Marignon just happened to have a couple of barbarians laying around. Send them in to get rid of the upkeep, essentially. And this is the same raiding unit we saw from Albion earlier. We can see Ctisian is moving their army in. This army is actually going straight to try to reclaim the capital from Nick Knight. And there's actually a massive battle between Nick Knight and Ctisian that happens again. And I'm just trying to find it right now. I lost track of it. And oh, I just completely lost. There it is. It kind of blends in there. So this right here is their force. Came from Fastir, and now is moved into Valadun, and will be walking on top of New Ctisian up here. Now, we can see Nick has several armies laying around, and I think they're going to reconverge onto here. I think these are... we'll actually see this battle in a minute. I think Nick actually still has his main army right here. Because he actually won this battle. There was on Ctisian they tried to break out, but Nick Knight ended up winning. Actually, no, I think they're fully scattered and he needs to move everything back in. Well, anyways, let's get back on track. It was right here. So we can check out the god for Albion now. And I have serious questions about this. And yes, questionable jokes is their name. He follows a god of really tasteless joke. And so he's meant to be a super combatant. He has a really strong shield. It gives him strength, gives him good resistances, gives him this protective shield that will block damage. I think it acts like a flying shield spell, but a little bit stronger. Basic armor, a helmet that gives awe, really good reinvigoration boots. I think these are artifacts. I'm not too sure. For some reason, he gave him a Rune of Terror. Absolutely unnecessary. Because this unit already comes with innate fear. Ring of Regeneration, good choice, and in the standard Firebrand. So what's gonna cast is gonna cast Phoenix Power. Sure. So that's Fire 3, and it's gonna go into Fire Res 45. Skeletal Body, which is, I guess, fair because you want the Pierce resistance, I guess. Skill of Heroes, also fair. +4 to its attack, I believe. And then Body of Flames, become ethereal, get a stronger fire shield if he didn't already have one around him. And then he goes in and attacks, so 4 spells. So here are my issues with it. So for one, he already has the Fear Aura. He did not need to put on a cursed item that gives him fear. Instead, he could have just cast Frighten. This right here, just have Frighten in your script, and he only cast 4 spells earlier. Phoenix power, I don't really understand why he needs to cast that either. And don't tell me because, like, if he gets Phoenix Pyre, he only needs Fire 2, and he already has Fire 2. Instead, get rid of Phoenix Pyre, or Phoenix Power, sorry. Get Soul Vortex. We already know he has at least 5 Alteration 5 because he was casting what was it, Body of Flames. So you want to cast Soul Vortex in there. Get Vulnerability. And then like if you really want that fear, that extra +5 fear, you can cast Frighten. And then you'll free up your second that cursed inventory slot, but well, it's cursed onto him now, so there's that. And then let's go ahead and look back at it again. Lost track of it. On its Albion. Yeah, here we go. So it's so Albion has 15 shock res. I believe they jump up to 50 fire res, and then 5 cold resistance. So this guy's gonna take cold damage, like pretty easily. He's not gonna be very protected against like Frozen Heart or something. His magic resistance is only about 23. He also does not have Astral, so we can Mind Hunt him. Or we can also send out another unit that just has armor negating weapons, and that could probably deal with him. The main thing is to for us to fight him, we only need to worry about the fact he has a fire aura and he has an ice weapon. So we can counter him without too many issues, is what I'm getting at. Alright, let's go ahead and look at everything else. So this right here is the reinforcement unit that Ctisian is sending in. And if they really want to do damage to Nick, they need to have gems, but they don't. They have several Swordmancers, several Reborns of varying Death Magic capability. I think actually, yeah, mostly Death 2. So they're gonna be Skelly spamming, but they don't have gems, so they're just gonna summon skeletons. Then you have this guy in the back doing whatever he feels like. Yeah, they're just gonna spam skeletons, and we already know how skeletons fare against Nick. Nick is just gonna plow through them. This right here, we can also take another look at how Albion is playing their army. So he has all these. So the horse statue gives limited vulnerability, defense, and speed, but he doesn't have anyone like, so he has a chieftain here that kind of runs up with them. They're undisciplined, which is fine, but we have the druid. Is he going to cast magic tattoo? The answer is no. He's going to cast liquid body. I think he's going to bless himself. And quicken himself, and honestly, this guy doesn't really have a reason to be here at the moment. And then he runs into melee. So, well, I really don't know what's going on here. And right here, this is the bot. They were sieging my fortress. I kind of kicked them off with my giant that was stationed there. And to learn what Naba is fielding, so their fire gems were meant to summon these flame spirits, and they have AoE 1 fire attacks, which is excellent against troops that don't have fire resistance. And they summon 4 at a time. That's not going to do anything against my giant. So, you can just see already, my giant just doesn't care. They have armor piercing as well, but they are pretty lightly armored. They have no protection. They only have 15 HP. They do have ethereal, but if I cast something like Falling Frost, these flame spirits are gone. And my transform giant here has a frost brand. I swapped it out from, I think she had a fire brand earlier. And yeah, just a perfect weapon to deal with these units at the moment. And they all run. They all retreat. The Malika manages to make it out, but I get my fort back. Here we can see more of what's going on with Albion. And this is a more interesting setup. So we have all these skirmishing units. Then we also have chariots. And the chariots are, well, they're really good units. Remember seeing how well they fared against some of the undead, against Ctis. The trample is really powerful when you manage to get it to work right. And Albion tells their units, undisciplined I can understand running away immediately, but these guys don't even they don't even have the horse, like literally hold. If they told the horses to, if they said hold your horses, this body ethereal would have made them a little bit more effective. But you cast body ethereal only hits one fella, and they all charge into battle immediately. And immediately, this is not going to be an issue to deal with. This is like they have 2 commanders at most, and all these dudes are unarmored. They're just like HP tanks essentially. Right here, Vanquished attacked us. I'm not too sure what's going on here, but if you want to figure out how to fight this guy, we go in. And we see that he has 20 cold resistance, no other resistances. Just slap him with lightning or fire, or even poison, and he's gone. This right here is the big battle between Ctis and Nick Knight. Obviously, Nick Knight loses 29 troops, and Ctis loses a massive chunk of their troops. The big loss for Nick is going to be these Zephyrs. I'm not sure what kills them in this battle, but let's go ahead and check out how it plays out. So, has Ctis learned from their mistakes previously? And I'm just going to say no. Well, the dog with loafers is a really powerful unit, and she gets credit for that. But we have this Sauromancer here. Herald Lance, Shield, Shadow Helm, like, equipped to be, like, this person's equipped to do nasty things in melee. And my question is why? Why would you have this person go into melee? You have all these other units with gems, which is, yeah, that's alright. You also have Rings of the Victor on them for some reason. I'm guessing they want it for the HP. This fellow's carrying salt, which does nothing. And a stinger. Like, no point in some of these, I feel. Anyways. Now, immediately, there's a massive problem. Again. The Soul Vortex. The Soul Vortex is hitting their own Sorrowmancers. And let's go ahead and read into this. You can see, yeah, Sorrowmancer, Keeper of Tombs, they're all getting hit. The Lizard Lord just got hit for 9 points of life drain damage. The Keeper of Tombs just got hit for 4 points of life drain damage, so on and so forth. We have Dust going out, and they are hitting some of the Long Dead, which is good. Yeah, we can see some of the Long Deads being popped. And when I mean Long Deads, I mean the Elven Long Dead. The main fires did go off, but they mostly hit the things in the back, and that's reignites scripting with these Imp Summoners. 10 Imps a turn are being summoned at the moment with the Zephyrs. And they're doing their job of distracting this backline. Now this Sorrowmancer is gonna go run into the melee. I don't know why he has that Death Gem. And I'm not sure what spell just got cast here. Element. You see that? So she just casts Elemental Form, right? Elemental Form breaks all armor. Ctisian literally broke all his own magic armor with that spell. Yeah, any magical equipment that's a helmet, yeah, the shield's gone, the helmet's gone, the chest piece is gone. You need to separate out your commanders. And some of your commanders have possibly already died from the soul vortexes. Like, let's check, yeah, so, I mean, I guess I haven't died yet, but you're still damaging them. This guy, yeah, let's see what hit this guy for the most part. Penetration rolls. They're resisting some of it, but he took 4 points of life drain damage. It looks like he got hit by a Banefire Dart. Oh wait, no, he hit someone with a Banefire Dart. You know, you have to be careful with your positioning when you cast these spells. And that's the point I'm trying to make right now. Then that disease demon was actually a Dug unit. It had a Moonblade and some other equipment, and it just got its soul devoured. So yeah, it just explodes immediately. And remember, they are summoning nothing but undead. Nick Knight has about 8 priests back here, and all of them are casting Banish, Pull from the Grave, so on and so forth. That means bye-bye to all these hordes immediately. Then we have all the imps coming in the back end. They're just assassinating the commanders that they need to get to. So, as Ctisian retreats, the Dog and Loafers gets caught by all the imps and the rest of Nick Knight's army. And now we're going to try to assassinate them again. But Dog and Loafers is super tanky. This goes on for a while. The main thing that's chipping down the Dog and Loafers are the crossbow units. Mostly because it managed to cut the protection in half, I believe. And it's giving her a lot of points of affliction. So let's see. Warden hit Devour with ranged attack for 3 points of damage. Damage roll of 13 plus 8. Minus protection of 12. So that's, you know, her armor's been cut in half essentially. Plus 2d6. But the second they run off crossbow bolts, that's about it. On our hand, she is racking up afflictions like crazy. As you can see, the crossbow bolts are starting to slow down as they run out of ammo. And once they run off crossbow bolts, they can't do anything else. But we managed to mute her. So she's not going to be able to cast Personal Regeneration or Soul Vortex again. Not without help. And at this point, she's just life-draining all the imps around her. And the imps are giving her lots of substance. Yeah, we can just see the Zephyrs back here just summoning imps left and right. We have the Banshees here summoning undead. And then, yeah, our units here can't really even do anything. So this goes on until the timer runs out. And you can see, like, the imps are just pouring down. So, nothing changes there. I just want to keep an eye on what happens to these Zephyrs. Because they get killed by something. Yeah, they just popped. Out of nowhere. I guess they're all retreating, but yeah, I don't know why they die. Like, what the mechanic is that causes them to die. So for the most part, Nick Knight wins this battle, actually. Dog and Loafer, everyone's trying to run. Dog and Loafers is limp, and the Dog and Loafers leaves before all of Nick Knight's units managed to retreat, so I think, yeah, it gives him the victory. Yeah, that's the reason. So I think these are actually the units that managed to stay. I'm not too sure. For the most part, I get a feeling Nick is going to put all his troops back on top of it, and they can siege down the capital with not too many issues now. And let's get back. And here, this is what I think will typically happen as Nick Knight fights Albion. So we have this Wraith Princess who's going to be buffing. She casts Phoenix Pyre with Fire 2, so she's a immortal that will be immortal in battle. And let's just go ahead and see what happens with these undisciplined units. Immediately, they're just spurting through all of Albion's forces. We can see a massive hole in this their formation, and they start retreating before the Wraith Princess gets to the battle. So if Albion wants to stand a chance against Nick, they have to figure out how to play their nation really soon. This is another battle. We can see how it turns out. We lose one immortal unit. And this is a very lightly armed Wraith Princess. She only blesses herself. That's all she does, she blesses herself. And they are having trouble fighting that. All she's wearing is anti-magic, a ring of anti-magic, or amulet, the ring of regeneration, and a chainmail displacement. So the chainmail displacement part's already gone. Yeah, they don't have a way to deal with her at the moment. Like, these undead, or not undead, I'm sorry, these demons would most definitely hurt a regular troop. I mean, they don't have protection or anything, but they'll, the poison will definitely hurt. We have 30 poison resistance. And let me see. I'm curious, like, if the barbed tails are ever doing anything. The devils are missing. So let's see if I can try and find the devil hit with poison. Zero points of damage. Miss. Miss. They're mostly missing her. And the attacks that do hit with the tridents just do 0 because her protection is way too high. Barbed tail for 0 points of damage, right? So attack roll versus defense roll. Okay. Damage was only 12 plus 4 versus 36 plus 6, 0 points of damage. Okay. Yeah. This. So how it works is it's 50 points of damage, right? It's paralyzing poison. MR negates. Let me read this. It's size dependent. The fatigue value, it's fatigue poison damage. So, and it's less effective on anything that's larger. It's size 4 that it's doing nothing. It's legit doing absolutely nothing. And you don't know how this is gonna turn out. They're running. And the Cambion here doesn't really do anything either. I think they buff itself and then run into the melee. And I don't really understand why you do that. So it casts Blessing. Iron Skin, so protection's 20. Liquid Body into the melee. What's interesting about these fellas is they have multiple transformations. So, this thing has 3 attacks per square. Only 8 attack skill. That's not going to hit the broadside of a barn. And it buffed itself to an extent. It's... Look, let's see what happens. So, it takes the brunt of the princess attacks, transforms into a wolf. Interesting. Takes more hits. And now it's a giant. And still has same stats, only 10 attack skill. And it's decaying. And as it runs away, I believe it dies right there. And what happened there? It was bleeding, I guess. Wait, no, that's Clan Chieftain. Where's the Cambion? It says he retreated, but I don't think that's the case, because it says he died. I'm not too sure. Anywho. Yeah, it says he died right there. And that's it for the battles. Now, Albion's very predictable on our end. And they don't have a way... This is essentially going to be how Ignite rolled through late Ctisian. That's exactly how this is going to play out, I feel. And what Albion wants to do is, for one, they need to figure out how to use their mages. And how I would use their mages, for one, okay, if you're fighting these undead units and you have Warrior 2, if you have the evocation, you're gonna want to cast Cleansing Water. And you're gonna want to cast it a lot. You don't field one person casting, you field 100, like not even 100, like 10 dudes casting this. Those wraiths would be gone if they get stuck, as long as they stay away from your mage core. So that's the main way you want to deal with Nyx wraiths. The other way is, and you're gonna be like, wait, how do I get this? Perhaps Petrify. We already know they have at least Alteration 5, and honestly, they should have higher research at this stage of the game in general, because they have Volume Flames. If they get Petrify, this will really hurt. If they manage to get it constantly going, because it's an MR check or die. And as Albion, if you haven't realized by thinking about it, they are a giant nation with nature magic, excellent, and blood magic. So how are you supposed to play that? Well, how have I been playing Communions? Is exactly how you should play Albion, I feel. Essentially, you have blood communions. So, if you bring the blood slaves to cast Sabbath Master and Sabbath Slave, let's say you field 8 mages, who all become slaves. All their mages are sacred. They have a region buff as their bless. They have a really high amount of HP. So 46 HP, you bless them. They are now healing of at least 4 HP a turn. You cast personal regeneration, that's 8 HP a turn. That's a pretty dang good Communion slave you got going. can use several of these mages to just ooh, that's a nice province we want to take. You have several of these like comedians going, and now you can cast really terrifying spells. So this is how you get your. This is like what you're supposed to do to get Earth. Like you have Earth 1 dude, for instance. You get this blood communion going, and with about 8 slaves, and let's say you manage to get them a shield, like something else that will give them a +1 to all their paths, or like give them Earth boots from trade or something. Now you have a dude that's going to be casting Petrify, and let's say you have 8. If you have 8 communion slaves, and then you have 8 communion masters, and you all that's gonna be 8 units that have +3 on all their magic pathways. And this is how you should be playing Albion, I think. And because they're giants with a regen buff as their bless, and they can cast personal regeneration natively, your blood slave comedians are gonna last you a long time. And the thing is, I don't even know that much about blood magic. I rarely play blood nations, but pretty sure there might be a. Let's see, you have hell power. That'll make you pretty powerful in combat. Blood boil, yada yada yada. Hellbind Heart. They could be using Hellbind Heart to mess Nick's raiding parties. Life for Life could be in our way to also harm Nick. Rush's Strength would be a good battlefield spell to cast. But the main thing is, if they're in terms of nature, what they want to cast, for one, Wooden Warriors. Get that protection of 2 up to higher. They have tattoos. Get your spellcasters to use that with your water magic. Quickness. You have the alteration for it. Give your armies quickness. And then while you're at it, you can cast Bone Melter. You can cast Frozen Heart in the back. Melting Flesh, it can easily be cast. Evocation-wise, Falling Frost is readily available. Just give your Water 2s a Water Bracelet. And then all your pathways can be boosted quite easily with, I mean, a little bit more difficult than regular convenience, but you still have a convenience. Use it. And I don't know. That's how I feel about this Albion. If they don't shape up, they are gonna get steamrolled. They're also running with 1 or 2 commander issue. And if they start attacking me, I'm just gonna send a couple Pegasus riders to their backline. Now, what am I doing? Well, you can see I'm moving all over the place. I've relinquished this province for Marignon so they can teleport their cursed idol somewhere else. Thank you for the Lambda Ball. I'm cloud trapezing this unit. She is carrying the Calibogue. She has high fire resistance, and she'll be cloud trapezing onto here. The Calibogue does armor-piercing damage in a wide AoE, and she'll be supported by my new giant here, who's gonna be carrying some more standard equipment, and with really high fire resistance, I think they should be able to do just fine against this army. I'm more worried about Aegina, in all honesty, but this is an experiment, so let's have some fun. This unit is cloud trapezing here in order to fight off this Abyssian army. And looks like there's also Nabal units here as well. And my army is moving here. I spent, I think, an hour scripting all of them to, like, not an hour, maybe about 30 minutes, but they're all in formation. I don't think I have the chariots fully planned out yet. Because I do need, yeah, I definitely do need to rearrange everyone better. What's Ixion doing? Ixion! Skill of Heroes. Yeah, I can accept that. What about you, Philokites? Body Ethereal. Alright, yeah, you stay there. Who else is casting Body Ethereal? Body Ethereal, Body Ethereal. Okay, Quickness. Quickness, Sky, go up here. Also Body Ethereal, you go up here. Thank you. So I have 8 convenient slaves with the lizards here. And with 8 slaves, all my masters will get +3 on their magic pathways. This fella right here will be casting Torrent of Vitriol, which will be summoning the living acids. And then he'll be casting Acid Rain and Falling Frost. Let's see. I just gave this guy a bunch of gems to cast Light of Northern Star. I'll replace it with Culling of Pearls later when I can have one crafted. This guy's just spamming Acid Rain. This girl is gonna be casting Enlarge on some of my troops in Breath of the Dragon. Phoenix Power to Skill of Heroes, and then I'll let him spam whatever. And he's up here, and he'll be hopefully buffing these guys. And yeah, it's a simple setup. And then a lot of my Astral mages will be casting. The ones who I want to focus on Astral will be casting Stellar Cascades. And that's only a handful of my mages. They'll be going in here, then up here, and just all over. FloridaMen, he is being sent to deal with some werewolves that attacked me. And then I'm sending this giant. This is my weakest giant to deal with Abysian. She is going to attack the capital itself. And then the rest of my Pegasus units will be trying to siege down their forts and keep them on their toes. And this right here is, I'll say in quotation marks, as my main army. They're gonna rendezvous in, let me see, yeah, they're gonna rendezvous onto this Marignon fortress. And right here, is going to be attacking this throne province, and I'm pretty sure they don't have a way to stop this battalion of dragons. So Yomi is gonna fall in the next 2 turns, I feel. Abysia is gonna take a little bit longer. They're a lot more widespread. And Nabal is also gonna take a little while. I'm gonna be working on Nabal, and MZ2 with Marigon's gonna have his fun, like just sending ICBM totems there. And that's really about it. Um, honestly, I'm hoping to see them put up a much bigger fight, but I'm just pointing out all the holes I see at the moment. And like with Abysia, I'm only expecting fire. Like, I don't think they went into blood. And I don't think they really got any other units that will help them do stuff outside of blood magic or fire magic. So what I'm saying is I'm gonna find them predictable. Over here, they only seem to be fielding fire and lightning, and my units already have fire and lightning resistance. Is what I'm trying to say. And then Yomi's just getting they only have two fortresses, and the second we land on top of them, they can't really field anything else. I was expecting to see some Dione on my provinces. I don't know where the Dione are at the moment. And we have all these Zabalbans here. They're just regular Zabalban units, I think. They have an NAP with us, so I'm not sure what they're doing here. If they're moving to this fortress, I guess that's fair enough if they want to take that throne. But if they do attack us, I'll just send a giant their way, and it'll make the bats probably scatter. It really depends on if they doom stack or not. Anyways, yeah, that's really it for this turn. Definitely a much longer recording. In fact, the first two times I recorded this, it was actually about an hour long. But yeah, this is how the war is progressing at the moment. And that said, I'll see you guys for turn number 54. Alright, howdy everyone. It is turn 54. The war with Nabah, Yomi, Albion, and Abysia has fully escalated, and there is a lot to go over on this turn. So let's go ahead, jump right in. In terms of finding magic sites, nothing to report. I got another Mask of the Vampire from Nick Knight, and I think I was complaining about the way the sprite looks for the Mask of the Vampire earlier, so I actually went and redid the sprite, or like made the new sprite and sent it to the mod maker. So hopefully in a later version of this mod, we should see my sprite for the Mask of the Vampire. Anyways, moving on, we've just claimed the Throne of Gaia, so we're gonna be seeing a lot of werewolves attack. And let's just go right into the battles. This right here, Nick Knight seems to have struck a bloodhunting province. Not much to say here. It's a Immortal Wraith Lord. We have this dude here. He has a Dowsing Rod, a couple of blood slaves around him. It just goes right in and demolishes whatever he got to. And yeah, not much to say there. And over here, I have a giant that actually fights off 3 armies. I cloud trapezed this giant to the province that was owned by Yomi. And this right here is like just a free spawn army with a couple of summoned units, I think. But they actually do something significant to my giant. Right here, just a bunch of mundane units and salamanders. Giant tanked it just fine. And then here we have Nabah, and didn't get to the mage, but took out a good chunk of, actually just about all of their mundane units. So, to get into the thick of things, I equipped this giant with the Mask of the Vampire. I'm sorry, the sprite. It's just bad. So I gave her a Frostbrand, Mind Shield. She is blessed. Boots of the Messenger for Reinvig, and I gave her a Ruby and Sapphire Amulet for Fire and Cold resistance. And she has the Ring of Regeneration. So for the most part, she is going to be really resilient to elemental attacks. There's Iron Skin, so that's -5 Thunder, but she's still at 10 Thunder res. Temper Flesh, +5 Fire res. She's now at 20 Fire res. And this is what has her tank against Abysia. Personal Regeneration. And Mistform. And I think she was supposed to get a Flying Shield off, but didn't get to it in nick of time. So it's just a handful of units, but a lot of summoned units as well. And they don't get to do any damage to her. The Mistform is tanking most of everything else. She has high protection, unless they have armor piercing and magical attacks. Not really going to get through to her. Looks like her... they actually cut off her Mistform. So... Oh wait, no, her Mistform's still up. And yeah, just fast forwarding it, yeah, she just kind of slowly plows through everything. But eventually, all of the demons kind of go, like all the small demons go away, all the weaker units die off. And she's fighting these sacred Amano Jakus, and they have Nodachis that do 36 damage. And what ends up happening is they do so much damage with their Nodachis onto her shield, they actually destroy her shield. And I don't think it ever says it, but several of these attacks basically they kind of hit her on her shield arm. And eventually it gets to the point where it's like, oh, they only attacked her regular arm. Basically, yeah, that kind of, yeah, there goes my Astral Shield, and she's gonna fight the rest of these battles without that shield now, but she still prevails. Here we have the Abyssian army. Obviously, they want to just focus purely on their fire aspect, but as I just demonstrated earlier, she is going to have 20 fire resistance. So they're not going to do much. The fellows with Morning Stars, they are going to hit hard for 25 points of damage, but it's going to be mundane damage. So it's not likely to get through her Mistform. And it's going to... most of the damage is going to also be blocked off by her high protection. And then, like, these fellas, they only cast fire attacks and whatnot. This right here, does 20 fire armor piercing damage, but she already has 20 fire resistance, so it doesn't do anything to her. And we can see she is taking, 5-6 points of damage. Her Mistform actually goes away, and from there, it's just her really high protection that's keeping her up, and the fact that she has 22 points of regeneration. And losing off that shield means she cannot block attacks anymore, and she's no longer stunning the Abyssians around her. So if it wasn't for, I don't think, if I feel like she didn't have this Ring of Regeneration, she would have been in much more trouble. Because I think the 22 HP regeneration is barely keeping her alive. And then Master the Vampire definitely helps as well. Yeah, the Burning Ones are no joke. They will demolish armies if you aren't prepared for them. And we'll even see how much damage these Burning Ones do to one of my armies later as well. In fact, in the early war with Abysia, Nabal, and this faction, uh, the Burning Ones definitely were able to overpower my Sacreds. And in here, the same giant fights off Nabal, and they have their typical strategy of having archers with massive bows, with a couple of light infantry. And same ordeal. These are a lot less powerful compared to Abyssian Burning Ones. But they do have mage support here. And, well, the mage is not really doing much right now. She did cast a couple lightning strikes, or thunder strikes, but they all missed. And for the most part, yeah, at 100 fatigue, she's just staying back there. And now she's just gonna summon Ghost Wolves. And really not much to show more here. She just stays in the back and kind of tries to buff herself. She has cheese shoes for some reason. I guess if someone gets in melee of her, but she has a enchanted helmet and a fire plate, which I feel makes more sense compared to a black steel plate. It has really high fire resistance, not necessary, but the protection is gonna be really good on your mage here. And I think the encumbrance does add up a little bit to her spell casting. Either way, she's staying in the back end. She's not gonna do anything else this battle. So after that, she just kind of runs off. By the way, these are the slow to recruits in the Ba. And right over here, I jumped 2 giants on top of an army I saw coming from Abysia, and they definitely did damage to them, mostly to the magma children. The burning ones, it was a massive amount, 54. That is, shoot, like maybe about a year, roughly a year worth of recruiting, and maybe less, maybe more. We have a slow to recruit mage here, a couple of cap only mages. This is actually, yeah, these are mostly cap only units. And my giants jumped in and kinda dealt a strong blow to them. Not fully devastating, because you can see the burning ones got away. A couple of the misbreads got away as well. But this is I wanted to test a weapon here. This is a weapon that the weapon reignites sent me. This is Calabog, and we can see it does 25 armor piercing damage on one target, but it has a crazy AoE 25 tremor effect that does armor piercing 7 damage with the added bonus of an AoE 50 stun. And we're gonna see that come into play. And then as backup, I also have a regular giant, and she is just here to support. And I believe because she was here, the battle completely went in my favor. And here's the Abysian army. They have blood slaves and everything. They were ready to cast blood magic. I don't think they were ready to fight giants quadrupeding on top of them. They have a pretty decent formation, but mostly, I think, yeah, that's just a stacked box. So they were not expecting to be jumped. And we'll also see something happen right here. The Anointed of Rocks, I think, is his name. Yeah, he casts Divine Blessing, Iron Skin. Another Iron Skin? Like, he's gonna do some things and run forwards, and I think that's because he is unscripted. So these guys jump right in, and they completely counter the Calabog because it does not hit flying units, and these are flying dudes. They have a decent attack skill, or average attack skill. They have high HP, barely any protection, and yeah, they are just a somewhat more tankier flying unit, so they're gonna get in the back end, mess up your back lines. But right here, you see all that discoloration going on? That's the stun effect occurring from Calibogue. So it's stunning things all the way back here, and you can see the damage numbers just spiking up. And then all the way in the back, the mages, the warlocks, and the warlords are getting hit by our giant. And the slow to recruit mage was somewhere in front. I think they might have died already in the replay. I really don't know why they went forward like that, but yeah, they went into the melee and immediately they got slapped by this legendary sword. And as the last commander dies, the rest of the army routes, and that's really about it. And yeah, you can see the militia right here, they are getting stunned of the wazoo. So I think this is, I'm gonna keep these two giants together. I feel like they complement each other this way. Over here, MZ2 is just having fun with his accursed idols. Here, Nabal actually attempted to seduce me. And that is concerning because I now know that these giants, they can be seduced. And it's just something I need to watch out for. I think the seduction is only like versus morale 13 or so, maybe 15. They have about 22 morale, so they should be safe. But there is always possible that the dices will explode. And basically, I could lose a giant, and that could devastate. That could really turn tides in the boss' favor. That's interesting. Oh wait, no, never mind. I thought it said one of them got away, but I misread. Right here, is also using their own giants to kind of take some PD. Here is Albion. It's some of the same army. I think it's one of the same armies we viewed earlier. Now this is like 800 gold plus worth of units. And I'm just gonna say, they only have 2 protection. They have high HP, 2 protection. We can literally, and they are fighting Man. They're fighting Ignite. And he specializes in, like, his army specializes in crossbows. They're not gonna have a good time. And plus the scripting is not really up to par. Right here, Giant just took out some PD. And this Giant also took out some PD. And this is on top of the capital of Abysia, so now Abysia is being sieged. PD fight. Apparently there's no PD here. PD fight. Here... I think what Albion was trying to, like, essentially thug this province by using, you know, one of their cambions, which, you know, has multiple shapeshifts. So awakens its tattoos, which, alright, we can confirm they have that spell. And Awakened Tattoos gives them Invulnerability 10. But remember, Invulnerability 10 only works against mundane attacks. Our armies are all about, like, if they fight against our sacreds, they all have magical weapons. So, anyways, it's gonna cast that. It has higher attack and defense, and it's a slaughter. I mean, just looking at this, you can tell it's a slaughter. But no, let's go ahead. But right here, we're just trying to learn what their overall strategy is on buffing, and so they're going to awaken their tattoos. They cast Liquid Body, which any strength buff they just got is now negated, but they are they have resistance to several types of damage. And then they charge in. And that's where I'm like, okay, Choto, wait a second. You have Nature 2. Give yourself personal regeneration. You have Nature and Water. Give yourself Moss Body. And there could be like something else. Do you probably cast Elemental Fortitude to give yourself some extra elemental resistances? Like, you have 5 spells you can script in. I'm just saying use them. So they cast 2 spells, they walk in, and... Nom. it even went through every single transformation sequence there. And right here, Nabas sends out a super combatant to deal with the cursed idol. And it's a Marid. A Marid, sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, but these are going to be there's it's a Conjuration 8 summon, I believe. Yeah, Conjuration 8. So we can confirm the ball has Conjuration 8. It costs 66 fire gems to summon. We can it already has a really high amounts of magic with that's really good pathing. And let's just go ahead and see how it works. Now, in order to counter this, if you see them rid out in the wild, and you need to counter SC it, get Salt. This will stun lock it. It'll just make sure you equip some Salt. It'll stun lock it. Now what we do know it has it has Hammer of Thunder and a Frost Brand. These weapons, they do purely elemental damage for the most part, or mostly elemental. And he has really high fire res at 42. He has a dragon helmet that gives him a morale boost, and is also a pretty good helmet. He has a Mirage suit, which is going to give him a +8 fire shield, and some more fire resistance, and he starts off with Mirror Image, so yeah, that's pretty nice. He has a Girdle of Might, so he gave himself Reinvigoration and Amulet of Anti-Magic, so, just higher magic res makes sense, especially when going against an Accursed Idol. And what these 2 weapons have, they will completely bypass the defenses of the Cursed Idol, because the Cursed Idol doesn't have these elemental resistances. And so, to learn his scripting, he's going to cast Iron Skin, give himself higher protection, excellent. Quickness, which is going to be terrifying to deal with, so that's 4 attacks a square now. And next, Liquid Body, so he's going to be slightly slower, but he is now resistant to several things. Anything else? And he deems that's enough, and he goes in. And he slaughters this Accursed Idol. But this is very important to know what we're up against now. And yeah, you can see, actually, it has 4 attacks, Hammer of Thunder, and the Frostbrand. Actually, no, that's only 2 attacks. Unless, oh well. Well, for the most part, yeah, it doesn't stand a chance. And we need to learn how to deal with this, and it's not too difficult to find a way to deal with him. He doesn't have poison resistance. That's good to know. His shock resistance is only at 7, which means he's protected against shock, but not all the way. Same with cold. He only has cold 5. So if something hits him hard enough of cold, he'll definitely take the damage. He's focused on doing heat and has the 16 fire shield. So if you have fire res and thunder res, or sorry, thunder res, fire res, and cold res, should be able to. That's what's going to be required to tank this guy. And I'm just going to back out. And I'm going to be sending this giant in to deal with him. She has 15 fire shock res, only 5 fire res, but he doesn't have a fire weapon. He's only going to be relying on fire shield, and 15 cold resistance. So she can tank out those 2 weapons pretty well. She also has a Mask of the Vampire. She has a cold weapon, and she has really a decent protection. And we know he's going to attack in 3 spell castings. So she's going to cast Iron Skin, and that's going to lower her Thunder Res only to 10, but should be decent enough. She's going to cast Timber Flesh. That's going to bring her Fire Res up to 15, and she's going to resist those elements. Actually, yeah, he should probably cast Timber Flesh rather than Liquid Body, in my opinion. Personal Regeneration, and that's going to be good enough. Mist Swarm's not going to do anything. Flying Shield would help, but it'll take too long to cast that. For the most part, she'll get these 3 off, and then they'll get into the melee. She's already going to be auto-casting Cold Blast. If this hits, that's going to really hurt that Merid. The Frostbrand itself is also, if it hits, it's possible it's going to do a good amount of damage. But he does have high protection. So it's possible, yeah, the Cold Blast is not it's going to bounce off. That's also possible. She has the Vampiric Drain. It's armor negating. We see the Merid doesn't have a heal factor. So this will come into play, but I believe it is. I think it's going to be negated by magic resistance, but we'll see. This is one way she can chip him down. And yeah, this is going to be a test between both our combatants, and also we do have to worry about whatever else is in this fortress. Alright, back to everything else. Here we can see the bot is sending out thugs of their own. We already know that they have thugging capabilities, and it's same. They have 2 elemental weapons. So they're attacking with 3 elements. They're attacking with a fire shield, they're attacking with a cold weapon, they're attacking with a thunder weapon. But they themselves don't have all the resistances in the world. She's gonna cast Iron Skin, so only 5 shock res, only 5 cold resistance. Meditation, that gives her the awe and regeneration. Timber Flesh, yeah, that's a good choice. Ghost Wolves for some reason. And then she goes in. And yeah. So I can send a giant to tank this if I wanted to. Or I could also say I don't feel like dealing with that. And I'm just gonna mind hunt them. And that's what I'm gonna be doing if I see more of these. Over here, this is an army that's situated next to Nick Knight's army on top of Ctisian. This is the same army we saw earlier. This is like a 2,000 gold army, by the way. Like, yeah, so we have all these skirmishers. They're about 20 gold each, rounded up. These guys are about 65 gold each. These guys by themselves are about 800, I think. Then these guys are super expensive, and yeah, we already see they haven't changed their scripting out. They're next to Nick Knight's armies. They are not buffing their units. Their god is casting Soul Vortex and so on. Actually, I'm gonna pay attention to the god. Body of Flames, good. And just goes in. All right, let's. As soon as he lands, there he is. So he's gonna cast Phoenix Pyre. Excellent. Soul Vortex. Excellent. Body of Flames. Excellent. All right, this is gonna be important to know. I am actually gonna post this to my team now. Now that I saw this. Heads up on Albion. That is his Moloch. Okay, so now staring at this. Same factors, they have 20% regeneration, Awe of 2, Shock Res 15, Cold Res 5. So low cold res, no poison res. Ethereal. Okay, so the Phoenix Fire makes it a problem. This is actually I think a problem now. We can deal with him with cold. We can deal with him with poison. We just need something that will tank out his Frostbrand. So actually, this is not too difficult. We need something that will survive his Soul Vortex. We need something that will survive his fire. We need something that will survive his his Frostbrand. Bring something with high protection. Bring something that can withstand 11 armor penetrating fire. So actually, if you have high protection and you have like 5 or 10 fire res, this will tank the fire aspect. A decent MR or regeneration will take out the Soul Vortex, and then yeah, you just need to bring a cold weapon or bring a poison weapon, and this will hurt him. He also does not have Astral, and he's not traveling with anyone Astral with him, so we could also spam with his 22 MR. We could spam Mind Hunts to try and just get rid of him. So there are strategies. We just need to think about how to deal with them. Here I'm taking out some PD. Over here, I think this was another blood hunting province that Nick Knight ran into. Yeah, they have some blood slaves. Not much. Not much to say here. Cats, Wind Warriors. I think just set to auto cast spells. So we don't have to worry about that. Right here, this is is kind of attacking what looks like several free spawn units, and it's Massacre. Essentially, the Demon Priest and Oni Shogu, the Bakemono Chiefs, they're in back, and Aaron Zeminir has all these flying units, and yeah, they just massacred them. Right there. And over here, this just kind of shows how well the Burning Lords or the Burning Ones are. They only got 4 kills, but they got the most important 4 kills. And unfortunately, I lose one of my favorite Wind Lords here. Yeah, here we go. So this is a Wind Lord I have equipped with Frostbrand, a Ring of the Victor, and a Burning Pearl. So he has high attack, and he has fire resistance, and he had the AoE attack. This guy, I believe he fought against Ctisian, and I deployed him here. If not his weapons, his items were definitely deployed. And as our blessing, the attacks go off. We go get caught in the rear. I believe the commander's like right back there. Oh no, that's infantry. Kind of hard to tell where the commanders are here. But they go in and they do their work. And you can see the blue cold blast from my commander with Frostbrand. And they make their way through, and what ends up happening is, yeah, eventually the burning one that survives, I think he gets like some really good hits in on the commanders, and I think he ends up killing them right at the end. I didn't really read too much into it, but yeah, you can see both of them have died. -1 HP, -4 HP. And yeah, burning one hit him in the leg for 7 points of damage. I think that kills him. And then right here, also hit in the leg for 13 points of damage, and he was killed. So not sure what happened here. I guess, yeah, maybe he bled to -1 and died or something. But yeah, they are burning ones are really good sacreds. Over here, finding PD. I'm not really too sure what Yomi was doing here. I think they wanted to attack a province that was like undefended by but moved all their civil parts here. And here, this just kind of demonstrates how Nick's Wraith units will deal with a typical Albion army. Now, mind, this is at half capacity, but this is important to see, you know, how their strategy kind of plays out. And you know, they're deploying mostly these skirmishers, which are the equivalent of their militia, actually. This is basically their militia unit. This is their sacred unit. They have only 5 protection, really high HP pool. They have regeneration, so they're kind of tanky with no protection. They're just HP sponges. You want to get a protection on them if you want them to be actually useful. They do not have magical weapons, but they have massive amounts of strength, so when they hit like an actual truck. And if you awaken tattoos them, they'll have invulnerability factors of 10, but remember, magic weapons, and that's like one the meta at the moment, you run magic weapons, it's just gonna bypass them. So, essentially, I believe he scripted his mage to cast a couple spells, then advance and cast spells. So, let's see. Daub of Wold, I'm not sure what that spell does, but Blessing one's liquid body, quicken self. Enlarge. And yeah, this is a pretty tanky unit. If you wanted him to thug out like that, though, I'd give him gear. Bark skin. Heck, I think that's after... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The AI knows how to, like, have a buff. So I think he... I'm not too sure. I mean, yeah, we see this guy, like, the AI is just self-buffing like crazy, actually. And it actually has a pretty decent rotation. I think he just had it stay in the back and cast spells. And what did it just cast? Resist fire? Okay, yeah, it's only casting resistances now. And then we have the priest. Priest, I think, just, you know, was either unscripted or set to move up and bless. But anyways, we get all these guys. They have their they're all blessed now. They have awe. Well, most of them are blessed. They all have awe. They have regeneration, reinvigoration, higher strength. They can do 37 plus damage a hit. And if we go down the list, 0 points of damage like everywhere. They don't have the magic weapons to do anything to the Wraith Princess. Heck, and the Wraith Princess herself, She casts Blessing, she casts Air Shield, Skeletal Body. So very minimal, like scripting. The Air Shield protects against these arrows, and majority of them were tossing arrows and whatnot. Skeletal Body will protect against piercing. Uh, wait, why are they using daggers? That's kind of useless. And well, we can see most of their units use piercing weapons. The Bronze Sword is also piercing. Anyways, going on. Yeah, they just don't have a way to damage her. And she's just taking her time killing all these sacreds, like at her leisure. And I want you to just think about this. This is a... Now, how much was this army worth? So this reference says we spent about... I think they cost a lot of gems to summon. So I think I want to say maybe at least 20 or 30 gems was used to summon her. If you value a gem at like 50 gold, this is about 1,500. No, I think it's more than that. Yeah, 1,500 gold was spent on her just to summon her, and then we gave her gear. So let's just round up to about maybe 2,500, maybe 3,000 gold is the worth of this unit. High Chieftains, that's 100 gold. Priest is 60. I'm not really gonna count that. This guy is 270, so we're at let's say 400. This is another 400. No, 200. Sorry. This is 200. So we're at 600 gold. This is 600 by itself, so this is like 1,200. And I'm not sure how much it costs to summon these dudes, but I mean, we have twice the amount of gold price, but you know, they just mowed down all of these giants without breaking a sweat. And when they crowd around like that, it's just gonna repeat. Cause if they field like 100 of these guys, 6,000 like 500 gold worth of these guys around that Wraith Princess, and all of them are divinely blessed or whatnot, they're not gonna scratch her. They're all just gonna slowly die to her. You need to find a way to deal with like the actual threats you're fighting. And this is not gonna be. They don't have a way to deal with the, Nick Knight at the moment. Here is the battle on top of Yomi. It's a slaughter. This is an outright slaughter. The Dionis are the ones who got the most kills, and we'll go into it. Well, for one, Dione or Dione, they are really good spellcasters, or really good thug units, and and this player uses them like thugs, which is not that much of an issue, but you need to use them differently if you were gonna go against like what was this 70 sacred size 6 units. This is insane to try to fight off. You have to think outside of what your nation kind of screams they want to do, and you have to think of how what do you have to do in order to counter the enemy. So Aaron Zeminair, he brings out for one, they're being commanded by several mages. They have about 24 HP, 30 HP or so, and then you have like basically an unstoppable tank battalion. You have your god in this battle as well. And let's just go ahead and see what happens. So immediately you have I think that was a bless that went off. I'm not too sure what that effect was just now. It could have been our innate bless, like all of them being enlarged. But so the formation we have is, well, it's undisciplined, because that's just what how Yomi do. We have a Bane here for some reason. But we have several free spawn units, several desperately summoned units. We have 5 Dione. We have the God who's equipped with several nature gems. And with his pathing, he can cast whatever the hell he felt like. And we'll find out what he casts in a second. We have a couple other units. We even have a Blood Dude. So Aaron's a Minir. He's gonna Divine Blessing everything. He casts Summer Rain. He cast Arrowfiend. He casts Mass Regeneration. Quickening. And just think about that for a second. Like these are all separate buffs. They all do for different things. Arrows are not going to affect them. These units are now going to have regeneration. They have a crazy resistant buff. Over here in Yomi, they're casting Iron Skin. They're blessing, summon Earth Power, and looks like the god is casting Poison Ward. This is what this god was scripted to do. He's gonna cast Poison Ward. So now all the Dione have, they're gonna have a couple points of poison resistance, and the reason why he brought that out is, well, most of these monsters are using poison weapons. Fair, I guess. Really fair if you really wanted that. But right here, the Dione, they go in with Iron Skin, run. Just Iron Skin and go. Iron Skin and go. That's Yomi strat. That's not enough. That is not enough to fight this off. You need so much more than that. Like this guy, he's gonna cast Flight. Fair. Like if he wants to get in the back line, that could definitely do stuff. Iron Skin, Host Skeletons, Temper Flash, Flight. Poison Ward goes off again. But, like, poison... Let's see, what's this guy's poison res? Poison res 15, like, yeah, okay. I guess that'll definitely tank the poison attacks. So how are you gonna kill? That's the next question. And let's looking at the Dione. We have a Wraith Sword. That's gonna do 44 points of damage. It's not going to 50 points of damage. Kill things one at a time, essentially. A Mace of Eruption, fire damage, and a bunch of other good stuff. You know, I find it interesting. If you have a one-handed weapon with a shield, you get all these other attacks. You know, your Drill Flames, your Javelin that just comes equipped with the Dione chassis. But if you use a two-handed weapon, they only get the two-handed weapon attack. Something to think about. And, well, here we have a shield and giant sword, so I'm not sure why that guy has a javelin and whatnot. That's weird. Something you should play around with. Anyways, yeah, they all go in, and I do not need to tell you what happens. Right here, he's gonna cast the Poison Ward for the 3rd time. Now, remember, this is a Rainbow Mage. He can cast whatever spell he wants to. He cast Poison Ward 3 times. No. And he's gone. And there's, like, so something I think Yomi could have done. For one, they know thy enemy. You have to know your enemy. You have to figure out how to fight them. So if we look at this, we can see that they only have 5 poison resistance and 5 fire resistance. That's the backline. Now, and remember, the backline right here is what's commanding the enemy army. They do have regeneration as well. So you have to think of think of some way that will hit the backline really hard to at least make them retreat, so they lose control of all these sacreds. Oh, look at this! Oils of Sharpness is something he brought. every single one of these monsters are using armor-piercing weapons. That's chewing through the armor that Yomi has. So if you wanted to fight this, you have to just get rid of this back line. There's no way you can you'll be able to like tank out these guys now. So I think one thing Yomi could have done that would have helped him is just go back, think about what your Dione could do. They have earth magic. One thing I think they may have been capable of doing is if they had given them all earth boots, made them all cast summon earth power, and just earthquake the living hell out of the battlefield. I think that would have been a possible thing that they could have done. The regeneration would have stopped it, however, and these mages, they do have a decent protection and a really good HP pool, but I think that would have been one thing they could have done. The god who was a rainbow mage, he had like he could have cast a massive evocation that could have hit the backline, perhaps. Like, you really have to think about these things, and I'm not gonna go full into it, because for me to figure out how to fight this army as Yomi, I would probably have to spend an hour or two at least thinking about it, and I'm not gonna record me thinking out loud on this. I mean, I'm already recording myself thinking out loud right now, but for this to counter Aaron Ziminer like this, yeah, I can't think of a thing on the fly right now. But I want to say at this point, Yomi has been knocked out of the game because he only has 2 fortresses. This was his capital. His capital, he just lost his god. He just lost the majority of his Dione, I believe. And Aaron Zimino has taken minimal losses. And over here, Abysian just got hit by Albion right here. I believe we already seen this army on the previous turn. Yeah, they just have a little box formation going on. Their units don't feel like waiting to get buffed or anything. They just want to go at it. You have a couple dudes defending by the looks of it. So there's that. They at least have some dudes waiting in the back to defend their commanders. Looks like they have a commander right here as well. Here we can just check out Ulm real quick. See what they're up to. They just have they have astral stuff going on. And I guess they just werewolves are plaguing the world right now. By the way, everyone's getting attacked by these werewolves. So, all right, I think they lost. They took out the werewolves, but they lost a couple of their guys because of the werewolves got to them like before they could pull off all their spells. Over here, this is in my cap ring. Nabal is just sending a small incursion unit made of mostly their sacreds, or only their sacreds. No gems. There's absolutely no gems on this army. Only one commander. I mean, it's a mass line of sacreds. This is going to take out any PD. It's not going to win an army fight, though. And it's going straight for my capital, which, at least I think they're going straight for my capital. And I'm going to, and this is one of the reasons I need to get, Mindhunt up, just to get rid of this. I don't need to deal with, little, things like this. And it will definitely get rid of the John Guards. And the John Guards right there, I want to say that took at least 5 turns to recruit, maybe 4. So just get them out of the way. And here, FloridaMen is just dealing with independence as per usual. But I'm gonna send him to my capital now to try intercept this Nabal army. It's a PD fight essentially. Albion fighting more PD with their devils. And Valheim as well seems to have attacked us. They have Jotun wolves. And okay, they're just there to kind of rush. I just want to check out what their bless is. Solar weapons, so on and so forth. All right. Right, and this was part of Team Late Age Marignon that we were at war with them still. I keep forgetting about Vadheim. Here, I don't really need to explain anything that's going on this part, and I will go and essentially it's the same thing, and we got two clan skirmishers, which are the militia from the Crown of Charm. And here we have a Ghost King that belongs to Zabalba. And what's gonna happen with this Ghost King? This is I'm not sure if this is bounce or something. But let's go ahead and figure out what's going on. So it's gonna cast personal regeneration, which is always good to cast, I guess. Mistform, also great. Mirror images, which is good. But this is gonna cast Body of Flames, and the issue I have with this, I mean, yes, you get your a Fire Shield, but it's already ethereal. I'm not sure if Body of Flames gives you better Fire Shield than the spell Fire Shield, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying. And then it's gonna cast Flight to get in the back, and as soon as it flies, well, the thing is, it has a giant sword. It has a good attack skill, good protection, but the army it's going up against, well, they have really high defense. They have decent attack. They have 3 attacks per square, and he's only attacking with strong magical damage, and then he has a fire shield and chill aura. On our side, we have cold res, our own chill aura, and fire res, so those aspects are not going to do anything. And then, yeah, all these magic weapons are going to get through his ethereal. They're also going to get through his protection. He has no defense anymore, so he's just going to be taking the hits. And we have a stinger right here. This is armor piercing. So he gets chopped up. And that's actually about it for the army versus army fights. Right here, it's just random event attacks. Werewolves are everywhere, essentially. And it's really annoying. And that's about it. So I'm gonna be sieging. I'm gonna stay sieged on Abyssia's capital. I'm moving my armies around. And I'm moving several units to try and intercept the genies. And I'm getting an emergency cloud trapeze on top of this province just to try and catch that genie. This girl who lost her shield, I'm taking her back to the laboratory. First of all, I want her to clear off the werewolves here. And then I want her to get her shield back. And this massive army here will be marching into the Yomi territories, and I'm going to be marching them into the Ba territories shortly afterwards. And this massive army goes here, and yeah, it's just that's really about it for this turn. In that case, it's a lot of stuff that happened, but on my part, I didn't really need to script anything. I mean, I am building a lot of magical items. That's probably the main thing. I'm focusing on building more magical items for my army versus army fight. I'm building uh, war lenses. I'm building war bracelets. This guy needs to research. Who else needs to research? This guy stays here. Yeah, whoops. Let's go ahead and get these people researching. This person can stay. Just chill out. Let's chill out for a sec. Research. He's just gonna wait. Okay, he can only defend. These guys are on top of Ctis, and they are bringing down the dominion of Ctis. And, okay, yeah, that's about it. So, that's it for this turn. And the war is just gonna continue. I'll see you guys for turn number 55.